Welcome to Dave's Drama Diner. This is your host, Devious Dave Rose. Thank you for joining us on this extremely muggy, hot summer afternoon. This is episode 28, and let's start off, as we always do, by showing our gratitude and appreciation to all those who have chosen to spend their time with us here today. We have It's the Costanza, who is first in line to get into the diner. Ingy, who makes a special appearance. Danimal, Van Edwards. The Nine Gods himself, Nicky Nines. Travis TLC, straight from Beijing. Bry Guy, man with two first names. Who else did I see there? Steve Callan, Jay Diz, Tiff, the lovely Miss Tiffany, Tribunal King, and wow, a lot of comments. Got to keep scrolling down. All right, and those were we've seen so far. We have 18 viewers. Fake or real? I don't know. I've got to ask Scunty that. But obviously, we have the haters out trying. They're banging on, the door trying to get in. But we're calling in our strong-armed security to get the riffraff out of here because we don't allow the lesser classes into this beautiful establishment. So they're making themselves known there, hoping to shut us down by protesting us with downvotes. But as always is the case, we enjoy subjugating those that are lesser than us. And, you can enjoy a beautiful beatdown right through your window. You can watch as our security beats down these individuals while you enjoy a beautiful meal. It's a beautiful thing. We thought we'd incorporate that to add some additional features to our beautiful diner. And later on today, we will be announcing some important news when it comes to the upcoming 2021 Community Drama Awards. So, let's start off with a few things here. Oh, we've got Casey's around the chat. Welcome. Okay, so this is where we have so much to choose from here, and I obviously want to make sure that you have the most pleasurable experience here at our diner. So let me just make my way to that particular scene in my OBS and illuminate you with the following. So, you might know that things have been shaken quite a lot in the community. Yesterday, I did what I think was an amazing episode of Drama Emperor, and in fact, I was listening back to it earlier today, and it's got great replay value. I was fucking on the fucking point yesterday. And it was also very enjoyable. Some of the stuff that I say when I'm on these fucking rants, I listen back and like, holy shit, that's fucking harsh. But when I'm in the zone, I'm giving you exactly what you fucking want. And I think it's extremely enjoyable, especially with that replay value. I've gone back to old episodes of Drama Emperor, or even earlier, Power Trips, Diners. Guys, this is not tooting my own horn. This is, okay, anybody streaming today? No, I got to basically spend the next, 3 hours scouring job listings and fucking internet posts and shit. Okay, well, what can I listen to that at least will keep me amused? Fucking myself. And it's not because it's myself, it's because let's listen back to the amount of info that's just conveyed, and I just have a special way with words. I really do. And love me or hate me, I don't think that can be denied. But regardless, I'm sure people will say that that's me trying to feed into my own ego. Because here's the thing, though. Everyone, most people actually, to be honest, most people have issue listening to their own voice. It's I can't remember what it is. I don't know if it's a psychological thing, but I think it's paired with biology. I remember hearing the explanation once, and yeah, for the most part, we don't like to actually. We don't like. Sorry, I just got a message. Oh, now I just fucking lost my train of thought. Hold on. I'm sure I'll figure it out while I send this person this information. Ego. Sorry, guys, I did smoke a joint prior to this, but that's no excuse for your maitre d'. I can't remember what it is. I don't know if it's a psychological thing, but I think it's have issue listening to their own voice. Oh, yeah. So basically, hold on. What I'm trying to summarize is the fact that remember, Dave Rose can sit for hours listening to or trying to deal, that's a better explanation, with people like Bullfrog and listening to their voice and actually showing patience to, them or the incompetence of Tony. Like I can take that pain, okay? So even with listening to me, it's not that I think that my voice is overtly annoying. It's annoying to me sometimes. Sometimes when I slow down or talk a little slow, it is annoying. I've got to admit, and sometimes I do drone on, but I do try to be cognizant of it, so I do adjust myself. But it's the content alone. It's the playing of the clips and then the breakdown that comes right after. And every time I listen back, it's like, God damn it, because I'm thinking about that as I'm listening to the clip, and then you get the breakdown. I'm like, well, my opinion hasn't changed. It's the whole Mr. Consistent thing. It's like I feel exactly the same, and, this is a great point, or I forgot that point, or, yeah. So, honestly, amazing replay value, and, yeah, you should really check it out. Check out last episode of Drama Emperor. So, also, by the way, Skype lines are open throughout the broadcast if anyone wishes to call in. It's an extremely hot day here in the country, in Ontario. It actually currently feels 106, according to the Weather Channel's website, but it's, I believe it's more. Plus, I've got my computer, which, is a powerhouse. So it actually produces a lot of heat. And I wonder what it's doing, Mon. Is it mining crypto, Mon? You'll never know. But regardless, is that, yeah, it boosts the temperature in my room. And unfortunately, Dad has bad circulation. So to him, this weather is cool, or refreshing, or tolerable, or acceptable, I should say. But I have not been able to turn on the air conditioner. I turned it on once this year, in May, when it got fucking crazy. But I'm suffering the heat, so my dad doesn't have to fucking suffer the cold. So, yeah, it's quite hot and muggy here, and the worst part is the fucking humidity. That is the worst part. Just everything feels so fucking sticky. You take a shower, and 15 minutes later, it's like nothing fucking happened. So it's we're supposed to be getting a cool down this week, so that should be nice. But today will be the final day of the torture, and well, unlike Scott, I can lump it. Like it or lump it. He can't lump it. But speaking of Scunty, who claims, as we revealed yesterday, and if somebody wants me to replay that video that was provided to me with him conversing with Tiff, where there's him saying that he's going to rehab. I can read it out this time. Yesterday I just let it play so people could read it on their own. I believe I tried to pause it at the right parts. excuse me, so that, because it was scrolling down fairly quickly, to provide that ability. So if you want me to play that again, I can queue it up. I could have spent more time on it yesterday. I let it play. It's 10 minutes. Maybe people got it. Maybe people want me to read it back. There's some very important things in there that relate to whether or not he might be going to rehab. But yesterday, apparently, it was 17 hours, I believe, ago, or something like that, our dear old friend Lockjaw went live. And Scunty was in the chat as Crying Eyes. So, no, was it? Yeah, it was. Yeah, Tab showed up for some reason. And obviously Scunty did as well. Also, what a gay name, Crying Eyes. Like, see, this is something that's always bothered me from anybody, really. And I think you've seen that with me and my character in the past, is that I don't tolerate people trying to, attempt to manipulate you utilizing emotion. That, to me, is the scummiest thing that anybody could do. So, this sort of thing, again, it's poor victim, poor me. And it's just so transparent and pathetic. But I will read this out to you. I just want to see if there's anything in the chat before I continue. Okay, apparently Jada's is leaving. All right, see you later. What else? Anything big? No. All right. So, so Crying Eyes shows up, putting out the eyes that used to trigger him. Says, Dave once again makes an illegal threat to Tab, saying he can triangulate Tab's location for talking to someone. First of all, dummy, how do you know that's illegal or not? We already have established that you don't know the law. So why are you attempting to misinform people deliberately? And this is, because it's written, it's libel. You're actually putting forward a false statement knowingly. Because if you don't know the law, you can't speculate or comment on it. And then he says, just keep digging that hole. By the way, I only saw these comments earlier today, and we'll comment on that in a bit, but I haven't actually read through them. I read like the first couple of lines. I saw a couple of things, but that's what I thought. I was like, I don't want to see this now. I want to just screenshot it, and then I want to present it and read it for the first time in front of all you people at the diner, so that you get my visceral experience and honest input. So that, I thought, would be a little joy for you people as well. Plus, it's fun for me. I love surprises. All right, so back to this. Okay, so Dave is mentally breaking down even worse than I am. Have you ever seen me make a video of me crying, trying to garner support? Have you ever seen me send out photos of a bracelet from being in the hospital, or a picture from a hospital room, and try to utilize it, knowing that it's false, to convince others that you're actually suffering and in some sort of state of malaise? No, you'll never find that from Dave Rose. Also, who was it the other day? Nicky Nines, the Nine God himself, said exactly this, or something similar. But he said you can hear it in his voice, in regards to Scott. You can hear it in his voice in how much he's degraded for the last 4 years. We're almost at the 4-year mark, but you can hear it in his voice. Do you hear that in mine? We don't even need to go into the whole vocabulary thing, or even to dumb it down even further and go into the whole fucking Ricky-isms. Because this guy is fucking Ricky. This guy's an evil Ricky. Ricky's a beautiful man. A great person who would always help out other people in his trailer park. This guy's an evil version of that. Or, I don't know if you guys watch Trailer Park Boys, but even Cyrus isn't this fucking bad. But regardless, let's continue. So, again, Dave Rose is mentally breaking down even worse than I am. Lives his life for this, and only this, nothing else. But scared to death anyone finds his location. No, I'm goading you on, asshole. You don't get it yet? Here's the thing. I've already, and this is what's so tiring about this, is that having to repeat this stuff, is the fact that I've already told multiple people my location. They know exactly. I've gotten packages from people, dummy. Packages. Okay, so you're going to say that people don't know where I am? That's just fucking false. All right, so let's get. I'm just trying to look at the chat here right now to see if there's anything that's worth me saying. But you guys are obviously having your conversation. Actually, you know what? But that's the thing, though. Okay, Nikki Nine says he isn't Ricky. He's fucking Leahy, and that is really, yes. That when it comes to the liquor consumption and being the liquor, yes, he would be Leahy, but. You can't excuse these Ricky-isms he does. It's hilarious. The way he talks is so laughable. It's laughable. But, okay, you make a good point. Let's continue. Crying Eyes continues, or Scunty, with lives his life... we said that. Scared if anyone finds his location. But that's the same as you, buddy. You're like, come and find me. We find you. You doxed me. It's like, no, you asked me to find you. There you go. This is private information. Oh, okay. I'll move. Oh, you can't find me now. Well, I did, and here you are. Oh, no, not again. Oh, my God. We can keep doing this, Scunt. We can keep doing this. You illegally triangulate you. Really? You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. I can do this forever. I keep telling you that, but I'm not going to have to. That's the best part. Your liver's going to fucking tap out way sooner. Continuing, this is when it gets nice and juicy here. Travis is in Ken's comment sections going on about me still and troll accounts in his delusions, and he replies to his own essay comment about it. That's totally normal. Well, it's funny that you say that, Scunty, because I've spoken to the Chinese agent, and he actually told me that, and he can call in if he wants. I can show the screenshots if he wants me to, but the thing is, I can tell you, because people know I'm not a liar, is the fact that he told me he did that to troll you. To fucking spark you up and trigger you. And guess what? Mission accomplished. Ba-dum, 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 da-da-da-dum, da-da-dum. By the way, Travis also pointed out something that we're all aware of, but it's great to have these reminders. That's why I also have great replay value. The reminders. Why? Because Scott carries on conversations with his own fake accounts. Fucking hilarious. Hilarious. Then he continues, says, slugs, maggots. Ken over there doing a show with a belt now. That's not obsessive over Joe? Laugh my ass off. Trying to get to Joe and Joe couldn't care less. LOL. LOL. Well, first of all, it's laugh out loud and not laugh out loud out loud. Okay, dummy. Now, more importantly is you do understand. Well, actually, you don't understand because you're a fucking moron and you have no friends. But, and I'm not saying that as the juvenile insult that you give to other people. I'm actually saying it because it's a fact. You know me, Dave Tron, no emotion. Emotion chip keeps fucking malfunctioning. You got no friends. And I know for a goddamn fact that people have been, to the point of harassment, telling Ken to get a belt and pushing money onto him, saying, you buy this belt. You buy this belt. Okay, so the fact is, well, that obviously proves people love Ken, unlike you. And this is what the people want. And the first people's champion gets what the first people champion wants. It's as simple as that. So, again, since there's a big number of people in that community, it's a community of wrestling viewers. A lot of them came from Joe, but a lot of them were generated naturally. Regardless, what's a big common denominator? A big common thread throughout the entire audience? Professional wrestling. Does everyone love it? No. But regardless, you know what? There are people that like baseball, but not wrestling. And from time to time, WWE, for example, actually sends that winning team a belt. A championship belt for, whatever. They love that shit. They're like, this is prestigious. I mean, you do understand also that boxing has always used belts as well. So what you're trying to convey here is trying to make it look like, well, you're trying to project really, is that you're trying to make it look like Ken is jealous. But Ken's not jealous. He's doing basically what the people want, and he's putting a different spin on it. And how do I know? Because I've been working with that shit. I've been working about, and again, I'm a numbers guy, motherfucker. I'm a marketing guy, motherfucker. So I know how to keep a brand strong, but differentiate a product, and also to create. Okay, you have no idea of what I've done when I was working corporate. None. So when I tell you this belt, when it comes to Ken's show, is going to be great, especially the way people are sort of made the champion, I think you'll be very pleased, if not impressed. But, I've submitted my ideas. Again, no strong arm here. Submitted my ideas to Ken. And obviously Shannon, she's a big part of the brains operation there. So, they've commented briefly on some stuff, said, this looks good. But we will continue to peruse it until we can find a finalized version. Sorry, I was just thinking about Scott. And then we shall release it properly. There's not going to be no rush. Again, this is going to be hilarious if Skunt, does the same thing he did with the Muni's. Well, you said it was going to come out. Well, why isn't it coming out? Like, come on. Say, like I told Ken, it's like, this can't be rushed. This has to be done right so its execution comes out perfectly. And when it comes to planning, who's better than Dave Rose? So, Mr. Logistics, that's another of my nicknames. I'm good at what I do. Now, back to these comments here. Again, projecting himself, Sad Lives says, and YR, if you think you're about coming back, trying to slither back, you'll be sorry. And if you ever tried anything legal with me, why can't I see this? Okay, I see. And if you ever tried, and if Tony ever tried anything legal with me, I guess illegal, for worrying about about his wife's safety with the videos, I got, oh my. Wow, man, this guy's fucking retarded. Then he goes on and says, Rose intent to harm, doxing me, saying bikers coming to visit me. All Rose does is threaten people daily. I never said that bikers were coming to him. He said he tried to push the same thing onto fucking onto Nikki on Nikki Nines. He was basically saying, Nikki offered him help if he wanted to, hook up with the Mormon community. They could provide support through social services and stuff, but obviously in a religious situation. And he took that as essentially being a direct threat that he was sending people. So again, I comment on Scott's comments on knowing all these people from motorcycle clubs, and he now equates this to I'm saying that bikers are coming to visit him. The delusion is grand. If you actually are going to rehab, those doctors have their work cut out for them, because you are totally delusional. Back, continuing, he says, keep living in pretend land. That's you, buddy. Says, oh, you people live in your own actual lies. It's amazing. What's amazing is your delusion itself, your hypocrisy. Then he says, he's from another dimension, Mon. Matrix 4 starring J.P. Rose. And then he has a laugh my ass off thing. That's hilarious. Again, you're equating me with a guy that you can't get out of your head. I mean, JP literally lives rent-free in your mind. And again, I guess you're jealous of my knowledge in technology. I mean, it's the only thing I can think of. But you've already admitted to me privately is that, you know, there was some kid that, you know, that I reminded you of, and seeing me on Joe's show got you triggered for that shit, because apparently this kid reminded you of me and his mannerisms and stuff. And again, if some kid from elementary school triggered you to the point in your 30s that you still can't let it go, off yourself, bitch. What's the point of living in this world then? I mean, that's a first world problem. That's a nothing. And he says, S.E. Steve, Dave is being played so hard. Oh, that's a new one. I thought I was playing everyone. That's what I'm finding very odd to understand here is it's like a ping pong game against himself, but Dave is being played so hard. He was just saying the other day that I was playing everyone, that on that tab stream where he was saying that I was playing, basically he said this. Not in these words, but almost. He said I was playing every single black person that was supporting me. And then he's also said that about fucking Shannon, about Ken, Nikki, Mars, anybody. He said that. So I find it very difficult to comprehend this flip-flop, but okay. And he says, Dave allows himself to be played by his birdies. Really? First of all, they're called sparrows. They're a beautiful creature. They can travel vast distances, and they're very, very effective. In fact, sometimes they even attack hawks. Now, am I being played by my sparrows? Absolutely not. They bring me gold, and I weave it into this beautiful tapestry. Don't hate me, because my sparrows are better than your rats, you rat king. He truly is the rat king from TMNT. Relegated to the sewers, disfigured in the face, his only friends fucking dirty, disgusting little vile rodents. That's the perfect definition of fucking Scott, is the rat king. But he's not really a king, because he's a king in his own mind. Meanwhile, I am truly your first community drama emperor. Continuing on, he says, something I gave up a long time ago. Sure thing, bud. Then he says, Travis is screen capturing all of this in his obsessive red room. Absolute whack job. Says the guy that literally got taken down by 8 cops, tased, because they were having a mental breakdown in the middle of a parking lot, preventing women from getting to their homes. And then you also illegally released the audio recording of that, and then claimed that if others played that, it would be illegal, despite the fact that you yourself are guilty for making it public domain. So then he says, I said absolute whack job, and then we're going to just transition to the final screenshot here. So this was all throughout the 1 hour show that Lockjaw created, which was called the 9 Podcast or some stupid shit like that. And obviously it sounds like it is a, because it's a stupid song. It's repeated over and over again. Again, this guy has nothing. So all he's doing is trying to criticize, from what I'm seeing, the Nine Gods, Nicky Nines. And failing to do so, obviously, but, you know, obviously providing us an opportunity to ridicule him even further. But this is what was displayed. So this is the final screenshot of. So this was over a period of an hour. So all those. This is the third one of those additional screenshots. So throughout that, this is all Scott wrote. So he was basically just, I guess, chilling here and then going back and watching Ken and back and forth. But now he says, keep lying to yourselves, controlling your own narratives, erasing the truth. Meanwhile, I don't delete my own videos, and you do. Listening to Filthy earlier, before I shut that obsessive group of New Yorkers off, saying I'm serious when I say Kurt Erler, they make up their own truths for their own BS. They want things. That statement is just so pathetic and hilarious. But that's the thing, though. Does he think everyone in New York is garbage? I mean, exchange New Yorkers with black people, and I think maybe we'll get into Scott's mentality, you know. Then he goes on and says, to be true, that simply, I hate somebody like, okay, let me put it this way. As a grammar Nazi, I very much dislike having to read something I have not proofread, which will then allow me to write in red pen on top of it the correct spelling and order of the grammar. This is very unacceptable, but let us continue. To be true, that simply are not, LOL. Really is quite a psychological party, isn't it? Isn't ITV? That's what he wrote. Rent free, everyone. Good night. Do an 8. He says, do a 8. It's an 8. Stupid. Hour stream on this comment section. Well, I'm glad that you provided. Also, how's your liver doing? Continues and says, tell us how normal you all are again after all. Well, guess what? You're the least normal of them all. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the least normal of them all? Scunty. It's me. You'll never be a woman. You'll never be a woman. Don't say that. Look at me in this dress. I'm sure I could convince somebody I'm a woman. No, you won't. That's actually happening in his mind. Then says, Ken secretly left his stream again to look at this chat. Ha ha ha. He's so see-through. Just wait for it, Ken. Got the drinks now, thus is going to turn into Scott Tent real quick now, old Scunty. I always love when you use your slave name. Says, and by the way, actually, that's incorrect because although I didn't watch the entire thing fully through, there we go. I did sort of like skip through this morning through a few things, and I sure as fuck didn't hear Scunty Tent. I heard Ken multiple times say he was really drunk, and you could see him, like his eyes were crossing. He was like, it was difficult for him to stay up and stuff, but he was a champ. But no, I did not see anything of that. Maybe I'm going to have someone confirm in the chat whether or not. But then again, these are the lies that the skunt cries. Okay, the skunt that cried Wolfpack. Total liar. So, we have to take it with less than a grain of salt. Now, okay, says starts as a social, turns into Scunty. Okay, sure. I don't think he was calling the FBI or threatening people or doing anything like that, but I'll have to go back. And then the final comment prior to the video ending is Dave back obsessing over Matthew Applebaum. Or Applebaum. Again, LOL. God, what a clown. By the way, Dave is the one who found Mello's name, not me, just saying thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, that's an absolute lie. An absolute lie. I never even knew what this guy's name was or where he lived. But it was Skunt that brought it to me. I was like, that's his name? I didn't, he doesn't look like, well, he doesn't look Jewish. I mean, it's just like, okay, that's not a name. Like, I've heard of people having the name Applebaum in the past, but to me, it's uncommon. And it just, I don't know, it just was odd. It's like, okay, I didn't ask for that. I don't really see him as that, but okay, sure. So the funny thing is that this guy is trying to blatantly lie here. Blatantly lie. Because I never bothered to look up into fucking Mello. Why? I've never had beefs with Mello like to the extent that I've had with fucking with Skunt. Even to to the extent of Joe, and there's obviously a lot of conflict, and I do have a track record. But the bottom line is though, Mello is just, I find him annoying. He's not threatening me, right? So it's just fucking unreal that how he just cannot accept personal responsibility for what he does. And it is evident, and you hear that from the clip, the portion of the clip, because I played about, I think, the second half of Tab's show the other day on my stream, but there was still more, and yeah, it's so evident, and it's just an overwhelming what Scott does in trying to just put out these lies, and unfortunately somebody like Tab just sort of just lapped them up and didn't even sort of question. So I remind people, Skype lines are open. What else was I get? Oh yeah, this. You know what? I think I'll take slight break from the reviews and such, the meals, and we'll discuss about the upcoming Community Drama Awards. So this is what I've got in mind so far, but this is more because I am a man of the people. This is more to sort of gauge some ideas, because again, I'm not going to rush through it. I'm not going to just release this without any sort of thought or foresight. This is something I'm going to enjoy very much. And, okay, so this is what I've come up with so far in regards to categories for the 2021 Community Drama Awards. We will be accepting submissions or nominations, I should say, from, the community in regards to those that should be within that nomination list. So I wanted to go through that with you people and discuss a few things. So, all right. So, first of all, biggest troll would be, one of the categories, and it could be somebody that isn't necessarily known, who uses yet another fake name, or who's just been able to do something, really trollish. Biggest flip flop. So, well, I mean, to be honest, YR gets an automatic nomination there. But I guess Bullfrog, Tony, there's a lot of potentials here. Rookie of the Year. And, well, you missed a lot, Cora. There's a lot of stuff that came in the previous 44 minutes, and I thought it was quite good. But continuing on, Rookie of the Year, and Seaman has been nominated for Rookie of the Year. But the reason I'm bringing it up is I would like some more nominations. I want to, because I've got my list, but I want to see if it coincides or if there's maybe a name or an event that I'm forgetting. There's Best Supporting Cast. So that could be anybody that, because one of our, later on, I should have put this lower, but okay. Best Drama Host. So the Best Supporting Cast would be the ones that would associate with that drama host. Now, for example, obviously, the Emperor. But you've got Ken, for example, with No Hard Feelings. So Best Supporting Cast there would be, Nikki Nines, maybe Mars Mira, Shannon. I think she's been on that show. But you see what I'm getting at. So you can figure it out yourself. And the next category, and that's the thing though, I'm listing these as ideas, but I'm not sure if I'll use them all. I think they're a bunch. There's 9 of them. I think they're good. But yeah, maybe I should just remove some or exchange one for another. But after Best Supporting Cast, we've got Most Triggered. And we've seen great, examples of that. Could be Bullfrog, for example, being triggered. Could be Scott McKinnon. Could be YR. Could be, let's see here, Tony. So, excuse me. But, yeah, we have a lot of examples. Joe Cronin. Joe Cronin could be nominated. Because, when you get triggered and you waffle things and you break stuff, that applies to Most Triggered. Best Feud. So that could be me and Scott. Could be, I don't know, Seaman and Tony. It could be, let's see here, Nikki and Joe. Okay, so think of it that way. And start to suggest some nominees. Best Drama Host. I think we just covered that. No, we didn't. Me, for example, Nikki Nines, Seaman, Ken, Joe Cronin, I don't know, YR. Okay, so you guys get the idea. Best New Drama Show. So I don't even know if Drama Club 2021 should be included, but it was considered a new drama show. There is Seaman's shows. I think Nikki's would also potentially apply. We got our first caller. All right, before we take this call, I'm just going to close up with the final topic or category for the 2021 Community Drama Awards is Best Drama Show. So overall, what is the best drama show? And we know that I've got at least 4 under my belt, and but there's other people that do the drama, so that will be up for voting and nomination and such. Now let's welcome our caller directly from, Shanghai this time? You flew into Shanghai this morning?
Oh, yes.
Well, it's like, what, night for you now? I don't know, sorry.
Yeah, it's 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, that's the time that Skunt makes his fucking videos.
exactly.
So what's going on?
Not much. I've missed the last like 25 minutes of your show, so I
Oh,
don't
pity.
know exactly everything that you went over, but I have a message, if you don't mind.
Oh, absolutely. No, the floor's yours.
Okay. I have a message for dear old Scunty, Mr. Scott McKinnon, and I'm sure he's listening. So listen very closely to what I have to say, Scott. You have failed miserably. You have failed in your life in so many different aspects. You have failed as a son. You have failed as a brother. You have failed as a baseball player. You have failed as a student. You have failed as an employee. You have failed as a friend. You have failed as a human being in general. So, what you need to do is take advantage of this opportunity that you have, which has probably more than likely been afforded to you by the Canadian government. And don't fail at rehab. Don't do it. Do the best you can. Because if you don't do well in rehab, guess what's going to happen? Your liver is going to do what you have done to everybody else and fail you. So I suggest you take it very, very, very seriously. Now, I've stated that alcohol is the least of your fucking problems. But it's certainly one that needs to be addressed.
Did you
So
see
I
the
would
comments? Sorry.
um, I saw some of them. Again, I missed the last like 20 minutes, so I didn't see you going over them and reading them all out. But I can go back. Was there something in
There was
particular?
something specifically to you. Let me put that on the screen here. Um,
Okay. If you could you read it to me? Because I'm driving at this very moment.
absolutely. See, this is why I read the comments, people, because I'm not going to get people into accidents. All right, so give me a second here while I wait for this to pop up. But yeah, there was a couple of comments here. Okay, so this is, I don't know if you know the context, but these comments, these screenshots that I have are from the Lockjaw show that he aired yesterday, which is an hour long, playing the same song over and over again. And it appeared to
Okay.
be some sort of attempt to dig at Nikki Nines, called it the Nine Podcast or some shit like that. And, obviously it's him being a fag. But okay, so did you hear me say anything about these? Did
I
you hear
got
me read any of this?
I got like three things into it
Okay,
before
okay.
I couldn't
Did you
listen.
hear the beginning at all, or
Yeah, I heard a little bit of that.
okay? So all right. So Travis in Ken's comments sections going on about me still, and troll accounts in his delusions, and he replies to his own essay comment about it. That's totally normal. Now, we were talking about this earlier. You actually left these comments on purpose, and you told me the reason why. Would you like to illuminate the audience?
Yeah, I like to leave these long messages. First of all, because I'm very capable of writing, unlike this particular person. But I like to force them to read. I
Yes,
like to I like to make them have to read the whole thing.
Dave Rose
Uh,
approved.
because I know he will read it.
Yep.
So because of that, I make it as long as I possibly can. I kind of pull a Dave and I filibuster it,
I love
bullshit
it.
it out as
Oh, this
long
is
as
a
I
different
can.
form of torture, people. Dave Rose has his style, and Travis has his own style.
Yeah, I like to make him have to go through all of it, because I know it'll take him probably 10 minutes to read the fucking thing. But that's why I do that, and yeah, I'll reply to my own comment as well, just to piss him off, just to throw in a little extra in there. So he's got to read that one too. So that's purposely done. I'm glad he enjoyed it. And it clearly pissed him off because everything I said was an absolute fucking fact. So no delusion there.
And he
And,
also,
and
sorry, go on.
I think my comment I think my comment was on not last night's show, but the one before that on Ken's. So if anybody wants to go read what I have to say, they can. If they think that I'm wrong, they could offer any counter arguments. I don't want any name calling because that doesn't actually mean anything. So if you think I'm wrong, just offer me some arguments as to why I'm incorrect.
Well, I can read them out for people. You know, nobody has to go to that channel, but
Oh, that's okay. It's nothing these people haven't heard already.
yeah, but it's a great form of you know, torture essentially, because and you keep winning on all those points. It's like you force him to read. You know he's going to read the whole thing. You know it's going to take him time to discern what it actually says because his mind's so fucking scrambled, and he's going to actually start obsessing again, deluding himself and projecting that you're the obsessed one and not him. But you're just pulling at his strings. You're having fun. He can't do shit, and you know that he's there, seething. Not just that he, you know, won't ever be a woman or a real woman, but that he has no power over you, and he can call you delusional and say all these things that you're obsessed, you're analyzing, you're obsessed, you're analyzing.
Oh.
Yeah, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can
Hello?
you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello.
You get-
All right, so we're gonna have to hang up on Travis because his connection there from Shanghai, I guess, isn't as good as the Chinese claim it to be. I thought they were using 5G already, but yeah, basically. Sorry, I'm getting inundated with more chats. There we go. All right, we got you back from Shanghai. I thought the Chinese had better equipment and they were using 5G by now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, buddy.
All right, I gotta talk to Huawei about these fucking phones.
All right, so did you hear what I was saying? Or? Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think I did, but what I was saying was this guy wants to call me obsessed. Oh, okay, that's fine. But he's the one that's in there talking to himself.
Yes.
In Lockjaw's fucking chat. Like, Isn't this the person that like plagued this guy's life? And
Yes.
he's been perplexed for years and can't figure out who it is. But Lockjaw wants to open up a fucking live chat like that and give a safe haven to this guy so he can talk to himself. Who's obsessed again? I'm just confused on this. This doesn't make any sense to me.
That's a very good point, but I think that he's been beaten so down that he's willing to go to his former enemies or try to, you know, make them less his enemies. Or at least, that's the thing. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, right?
Exactly.
So it only makes sense because he did the same thing with YR. He did the same thing with who else was he airing with before we cut out his legs beneath him? Other than YR, there was somebody else other than Tab.
Bodark?
Ah,
Didn't he do one with
yes, yes, you are correct, Travis. The force is strong in you. Yeah, Bodark. Fucking every platform that he could get the opportunity to fucking jump on, he would then use it as a soapbox and then beat down those that had provided him the soapbox.
Yeah, I noticed yesterday when you were going over that Tab stream, he started turning on Tab there for a minute.
Yes.
Like, what was that about?
Well, that's Scott.
He's like, oh, you got a lot to say behind the scenes, but you won't say anything on air.
Yeah, exactly. But we've seen this before and so many times. It's repeated patterns over and over again. I wonder if fucking his psychologists in rehab are actually going to learn about that tendency.
Man, let me tell you, I have never wished that I could be a fly on a wall watching that therapy session. Like, holy shit. That is going to be, I feel bad for that therapist, man. They are going to have their work cut out for them.
That's what I said earlier.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah, they might need to use a straitjacket. I don't know if they're still used these days, but I would suggest for someone like Skunt, yes. And then right on top of the front of it, write Dave Rose 1. And then watch him rage for the next hour until he fucking tires himself out.
Detox is going to be probably one of the hardest things he's ever gone through, especially the place that his liver is in right now. detox is going to be rough. So, Scott, I hope you have fun with that, my friend. Good luck. You're going to need it.
Yep. And this is the thing, though. He said he was going away. Well, his sister tells me, and his sister's very devout, religious, and, well, one of the cardinal sins is to lie. So she, I don't believe, would lie. As such, she tells me he's going to rehab. I'm forced to believe her. Okay? Because,
I believe it.
It's character, Scunty. It's character. Somebody who is so devout, somebody who's, you know, again, and it was Skunt that shared her fucking private story about what she's gone through, as opposed to her. It was never anybody's business to know hardships that she's gone through. But she's turned her life around. She's got kids. She's got a life. She volunteers. She does all this altruistic stuff. And it's, under the umbrella of religion, which is something that she finds very important in her life. And as such, it holds her accountable to certain responsibilities, which she totally accepts. You, however, Scunty, do not accept any responsibility for your action. So if your sister tells me you're going to rehab, despite the fact that if you were to tell that to me to my face, I'd laugh in yours. If your sister tells me you're going to rehab, I have to believe her. But you've been known to lie to your sister in the past. So call me a skeptic.
Speaking of religion, Dave, I've always found it interesting and actually kind of hilarious how this guy, he likes to apply an Eastern Buddhist philosophy called karma to Christianity. And by the way, karma and Buddhism in general predates Christianity. So
only by a few thousand years, but that's just an inconsequential detail that the people don't need to know.
So I hope he realizes when he's clutching his fucking Bible that when he talks about karma, when he talks about karma, he's saying and talking about something that is a Buddhist concept, not Christian whatsoever. Jesus never spoke about karma. And I've actually heard this guy say that Jesus is going to put karma on you. I've literally heard him say that. And it's probably one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. So clearly he has no fucking idea what he's talking about. And I'm not even religious, and I know this shit. Like, come on, guy. Read a fucking book sometime.
And yeah, like that's actually a great point. Like we're all aware because we've witnessed this and experienced it. But you again make a great point, something that is just very poignant and bare. Where it's like he literally did try to transpose, Buddhism onto a Christian, theology, not morality or nothing, theology, and it's totally incompatible.
And Buddhism is not even a monotheistic religion, so it's not even in the same category as Christianity. Like, how he's equating the two is fucking beyond me.
Yeah, but he doesn't know anything about cultures other than what he reads in the newspaper or something. I mean, he doesn't know anything. I mean, his knowledge of the world is just sad.
By the way, Scott, I know that was a big word. I'm sorry. Let me dumb that down for you. Monotheism means one God is worshipped. Sorry, I just want to clarify that for him.
That's a good point. I'm glad you're watching out for his mental retardation. At least he won't be raging and trying to look it up on the internet and failing to even write it to get a proper definition. Let us welcome. We are now blessed by the nine gods. Or are we not? Well, he's here. He's just, I guess, choosing a fashionable entrance. Or scrambling to connect his... meh indeed. Meh. We are the knights that say meh.
No. So anyway, no, I can't take it anymore. The karma's not Buddhist. Well, it's kind of Buddhist, but it's Hindu. It's Hindu Sanskrit. It's a Hindu thing, which is even funnier, I suppose, because Hindus believe that we're all God, technically. Like every one of us are just God, just a different formation of God experiencing itself. So it is funny listening to Skunt mix up the religions that have nothing to do with one another. And
I will stand corrected, but it is also mentioned in Buddhism
yeah, it's
as well. They
yeah,
kind
it's
of
part
borrowed
of,
it.
well, Buddhism is just Hinduism packaged for fucking Asian countries. I mean,
Basically.
that's basically.
But I'll stand corrected.
But either way, I'm just gonna say real quick, like, fuck, you know what? Fuck Lockjaw. I kind of dabbled to listen to that. It was just a song the whole fucking time, and it's fucking hilarious that Scott was there the whole fucking time talking to himself. Like, Jesus Christ, Scott, are you that lonely? Like, that is the biggest signs of fucking psychosis. Is sitting in a chat, and you've always done this. You are a fucking chat killer. Every chat I've ever seen you enter, you just sit there and won't shut the fuck up. You fucking talk to yourself, make points to yourself, and you fucking scare everyone away. And Travis and Dave both brought up something about your stupid ass is going to go through withdrawals. I hope you hear my fucking cackle as you're fucking suffering and sweating. I hope you do. I hope we hear fucking Dave saying, good, suffer. Like, I hope you fucking hallucinate and fucking see us laughing at you and you getting fucking hemmed repeatedly and you can't fucking stop. And inevitably it'll quit, and then you'll be stuck with the cold silence of sobriety and nothing to hang on with but fucking emptiness in your soul, and you'll realize in the end that you were the fucking problem. Because this wasn't just me, okay? And this wasn't just Dave. This was a cumulative effort from everyone. This was the fucking this was the clip chimps. This was the chat trolls. This was everyone that worked together in unison to fuck with you. I was only the thing that started it. If I never came into this community, you'd still be being a cunt. But the Nine God came in and said, let there be gape. And the Emperor Rose was the first to take up that fucking call. And Jesus Christ, look what he did. You're fucking done, Scott. I don't give a fuck if you're going to rehab or not. Fuck off. You are fucking done.
Amen.
Sorry, I just had myself muted. Great point, Nikki. And yeah, he
Dave,
has to
I'll
be
just-
reminded of this. Sorry, continue.
I'll just make one final point.
You can hang out if you want.
Everything Nikki. Oh, it's okay. I gotta go. But everything Nikki said was fucking great, by the way. But this guy going on about Ken and obsessing over Joe and the belt and all this bullshit. So, as somebody that's been around for a long fucking time, Ken has been hounded for years by some big fucking dogs to get a belt for years, even when he was with Joe. And Ken refused it for years. Didn't want to do it. Didn't want to fucking do it. But you know what? He finally said, fuck it. I'm going to do it because I want to. And the guy can spend his fucking money that he earned on any goddamn thing he wants. So if Ken wants to get a belt, look at that. Guy's got a job that he's not getting drunk before going to and getting fired from, right? So he can get a fucking belt.
You know what?
If he
That actually,
wants.
you make a good point, because it, to me, it's like I was viewing it basically as, oh, it's just copying Joe. That's one projection that's being done, but I forgot about this one. Real talk and his title belts. He hates that. He is so jealous of that. And again, it goes right to the point you're saying about it's his money and he can do what the fuck he wants with it. But the thing with Ken, though, is that it's the audience that said, you take my fucking money, you buy that fucking belt, and let's get this shit going. And
Exactly.
when you're dealing with like dozens, and it is dozens, of people who have said that to Ken, well, at one point, if you value your audience, which he definitely does, he's going to say, you know what? This is what the people want. I am the original people's champion, and I'm going to give the people what they want. Just like the Drama Emperor gives people what they want. So now, because of that, he's offended.
Yeah, it makes perfectly good sense to me. I don't see any issues here.
Now, before you go, there's one last thing he did say in the chat. Okay, so I'm just going to read through a few things here just to get you up to par. Okay, so Dave is being played so hard. Dave allows himself to be played by his birdies. Remember the other day he actually said the total opposite, that I'm playing everyone. Then he says, something I gave up a long time ago. So that's a little chuckle there, or a nice cackle from Nicky Nines. Then he says, Travis is screen capturing all of this in his obsessive red room. Now, what is a red room? Like, is that some sort of like spy?
Isn't a red room photos are developed?
That's what I initially thought. But like, because you're supposedly a Chinese operative living in Shanghai and blah blah blah. I was thinking, well, maybe he's talking about, because he always goes to pop culture shit, right? So you know how there's the stupid thing now. What's it called? The Black Widow movie. And I think there was a place there called the White Room, which was, again, where all the assassins got sort of taught. But it's sort of a play on, one of these urban legends that have gone on, that the Soviets actually had mind-controlled, super soldiers, which isn't that far from truth, because there's evidence of that, and the Americans doing the same thing. But I think that's what I started to think, is like, maybe he's trying to play on that, like, or red room, like what, like a murder room, like basically you're killing people in there. Like, I honestly don't get the reference.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I hate to burst his bubble, but those screenshots that you have up, not from me, and I wasn't even aware of it until you told me about it. So, hate to burst his bubble, Scott, but you were there alone talking to yourself.
And he said that in that first comment. He said that you're doing that in Ken's comments, but you're not talking to yourself in a live chat. You're just replying and forcing Scunty to respond. But he actually is trying to equate that with what he does, i.e. projection.
Yeah, didn't work out this time, but better luck next time.
We love your detective videos. Those are absolutely great, especially those eyes. The eyes moving back and forth. But those are great jobs, and we all actually appreciate that. We really do, because you have everyone who goes at Scott has a unique way of doing it, and every single person is absolutely entertaining, and you're obviously included in that. And you probably are going to be nominated for some sort of award for the upcoming community drama awards. But yeah, definitely, you've done some great work.
That's according to Scott, that's the only reason I do it, is for affirmation.
No, he's gonna change his story. Be like, I knew it. I knew that Travis was only doing this to win this award, like a fake internet award that's got no prize. Because I'm not sending nothing to nobody. Okay, maybe I'll send you a digital image, but that's as much as far as I'm going. Okay, I'm not gonna be a Ken and fucking buy shit and send it to you. No, you're just getting a fucking pat on the head on the internet. That's it. It's gonna be for fucking fun. But this guy's he's gonna now convolute it like, oh, I knew it. He was always working at Dave just to win every single award.
Yeah, people can say what they want about those videos, but it accomplished something. It got him to admit to those two particular accounts. So I've broken him down so much to the point that now he'll just admit to them. So flat out, so it's great. It did its job, and it made it clear to everybody what you can look for. But his impersonators are getting better and better as the day goes on. I feel like I've given them everything they need to copy them almost. I feel like I've given a little bit too much information away. But, pros with the cons, what can you do? He's going to be gone anyway, so.
Yep, he will. But, actually, you know what? If you got to go, you can, I don't want to keep you or anything like that, but add some good insight.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, and I pledge my allegiance to sub-only mode.
That's right. How's it feel, Scunty, to lose so badly? I'm sure it hurts real bad. But man, they were talking about Curdle on Ken's show, and they were making fun of me. Have you listened to that episode where Ken goes for a piss and Filthy is filthy, and he starts to say some filthy things about about Scott's relatives. Also, Marvin said I sent the link to Marvin. I don't know if he's listening, but this kind of perturbs me. Sorry, I'm helping my brother move. I'm not. When I send links out, it's for your benefit. I'm not saying I demand you to be here. I'm not fucking skunt. It's because I know that fucking these stupid alerts don't fucking work. So, because people have shown interest in the past, that they want to be aware of what's going on and try to bypass that bullshit that YouTube does, I send this shit out. So relax. Now I'm going to have to reply to this. The insolence, the arrogance. By the way, that's a line from Conan the Barbarian, starring Schwarzenegger. And that's actually a great scene, by the way. Sometimes all that glitters... Actually, I can't remember the fucking saying. Whatever. Let me reply. I'm getting too distracted here. Come on, people. Please, people, come on. Think more of Dave Rose. Think more of Dave Rose. I'm even as how I've portrayed myself on the internet. Egotism should be considered the low on the level of what triggers people with Dave Rose, or what angers them, or whatever the case. Arrogance, yes, absolutely, right up on the fucking list there. Okay, maybe number one, but ego, no. I've admitted this live on air. I'm fucking horrible at taking selfies. Fucking horrible. And, I've never gone into the whole thing of let's, what's the word? Pose? There we go. See, I don't even know this shit. Let's pose for the camera. You see all the fucking duck-faced girls and all that shit doing that stuff, and the fucking, the homosexual scunties and that type, the man bun wearing fucking metrosexuals. But that's not, that's the full opposite of me. Yeah, can I code? Can I utilize command line prompts to interface with a system? Absolutely. You want me to fucking get myself perfectly level in a picture and with a phone and... No, that's gay shit. That's not me. Hold on. Somebody is suggesting the name the Dramanese. No, that name sounds gay. I don't want any fucking gay names associated with this. And no. It's the 2021 Community Drama Awards. You don't call the Academy Awards the Oscars. It's they call them the Oscars. Okay, there's no E's. E's, especially in Latin languages, denotes female. And we definitely aren't female here. So, back to the chat here. Curdler says, Bry Guy. Now, this is what I wanted to address prior to or just after, I should say, Travis leaving. He had to leave, unfortunately. I would have loved to get his input on this, but regardless. Tiff makes a very good point. Oh, before that, Chad now reveals to us something that obviously I did not know, but actually now a little concerning. He says, Red Room is a dark web torture/murder room. Well, first of all, I think that goes to show my ignorance on that sort of vile stuff. And also, I think it reveals how aware Scunty is. So Scunty is so obsessed. I mean, after all, he threatened to torture YR to death over a period of months. So this actually starts to make me think. Is he aware? Has he been looking into creating some sort of torture dungeon? Is he looking to learn the skills necessary to essentially render somebody in a very vile way? I mean, this is starting to get me a little little concerned. Ryan Murray adds, Dave was watching Gangs of New York earlier, like to get your quick general thoughts on that movie era. I guess he needed an apostrophe after my name, but I've not yet watched that entire movie. I've watched it in portions, and I've looked into it and stuff to understand the history. It's very, very interesting. There's a lot more than what the movie is, because I like to, I love period pieces and such, and I like to look into the movie before, I figure out whether I'm going to watch it, because I really hate to waste my time on a shitty movie. So, Daniel Day-Lewis, he is one of probably the best actors of our time, and what I've seen from him is it's chilling. But I would like the opportunity to be able to sit down and watch that entire thing. What I did see is there was massive historical accuracy, a compelling story, and extremely good acting. Apparently Van Edwards, that is a real thing. Also, you might also be able to construe Red Room into Red Rum, and Red Rum is murder backwards. So I think that might also be, apart from the projection of blood, with a red room, could be, murder spelt backwards, and a little wink and nod, as these satanic fucks are. But let's see, what was I going? Oh, importantly, very important comment from Tiff, which I wanted to get to. Tiff says, I believe Scott is going to be pissed and paranoid that he is... Sorry. I believe Scott is going to be so pissed and paranoid that he is not going to be entering rehab soon, because he cares so much of what people think of him, and he must know if people are talking about him. Absolutely. And that's why he's always utilized these, statements as an attempt to get people to back off and make it look like he's the victim. Oh, no, I went to the hospital. No, you lied about that. And how did I do that? Looking at the metacodes from the fucking picture, knowing its date, time, location, looking at the photo, and being able to utilize that metadata compared to his supposed location, correlate that with the time of day and essentially the angle of the sun, and yes, I am that good, and it's easy to tell this shit. So I love that stuff personally. Cartography, land navigation, bushwhacking, these are the skills that are necessary to create a nation. That's what they did when they got here. Okay? Can you use a sextant? Can you even use a fucking compass? Can you use common sense, Scunty? No. So, it's clear. It's fucking clear that you're out of your fucking league. And, well, come my way. Come what may. You say that you're starting in September. Okay, I believe we reviewed these the other day. Regardless, I think I'm going to review them again. But he says he was going to... First of all, he tries to make it sound like, oh my God, you people don't know how rehab works. So, I don't immediately get admitted. Well, there are places that, yes, you do get immediately admitted. But he says he's starting in September. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is August 29th, 2021. Tomorrow's the 30th, and Tuesday's the 31st, which would mean that Wednesday would be the 1st of September. So, are you telling me, Scunty, that you're going to be around for the next 3 days, fucking around, trying to get the last word in before you supposedly go to rehab? Or is that the set date that you're going to try to stay quiet and say, I hope they don't know that I really did go to rehab and that I gotta stay in control and don't let them trigger me so that they can believe that I went away and no, you can't go again live again, Dave. No, no. Seaman makes a great point. And let's also consider I and Scott are in Canada. Socialized welfare. In fact, it was the NDP, which is the New Democrat Party, very, very socialist. We'll take your call in a second. Very socialist that started in Alberta. Okay, Tommy Davidson. And there's a lot of evidence the guy was a commie, but regardless, is that socialized healthcare started in Alberta. So, Seaman makes a great point. Most rehabs only take 24 hours to get in, sometimes longer, but rarely more than a day. Absolutely, Seaman. And in fact, in socialist Canada, soon to become Chinese Communist Canada, we in fact have immediate take-ins. And in a place like Fort McMurray, which I know for a fact is encountering massive issues with crime, mental health, homelessness, natives, fucking all sorts of crazy things, that the government has poured money into that location because it's necessary because of the oil sands, and they need to be able to treat all these people, and they're justified in doing so. So they have a big budget to do so. So, again, questionable. Very, very questionable. Now, what else was I going to say? I'll take that call in a sec, but yes, going back to what Tiff said, because she made several different good points, is that he cares too much of what people say. And he actually cares about it more than his health. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You're going to kill yourself, Scunt, and we're going to be laughing, and I'm going to frame your obituary. Simple as that. Nothing illegal about that, despite how much you would love if it was. But whatever. Whatever. You are the one who are choosing to be here. So you're the one who's choosing to be triggered. Don't like it, go away. Very simple. Can't do that? Well, then you're the one who's got the problem. You're the one who's obsessive. You're the one who's projecting your sins onto me, Travis, Ken, Nikki, and many, many other people. So, no, Scunty. No. But the fact is that you've even admitted in that conversation with Tiff that you can't stand the fact that well, hold on, that's my train of thought. God damn it, Dave. And see, I get, you shine a fucking, keys in front of my face. I can get distracted from time to time, but hold on. Fuck. I don't give a fuck. You're going to kill yourself, Scunt, and we're going to be laughing, and I'm going to frame your obituary. Simple as that. Nothing illegal about that, despite how much you would love if it was. But, yeah, it was something along the lines of him not being able to let go. Again, I've had conversations with people, and it's just, this is what they've said, too. It's like he can't let it go because he can't stand that people are still talking about him. And so many people have said exactly the same thing. He's one of these little bitches that just can't stand to not have the final word. That to him makes him think he wins. Again, look at him in this fucking chat, talking to himself, and really talking to the guy who's airing it, Lockjaw, who fucking probably took a fair few, a few years off Scunt's life for all the stress that he put him through. But again, it was Scott that allowed himself to be stressed out by that. But hey, now Scott's relegated to prostrate himself to the guy that made him paranoid and panicked. You're pathetic, Scunt. In fact, yes, I do have an image that I believe addresses that. So let's see if we can find it. There we go. Pathetic. And, okay, so that was a good comment. Many good points there by Tiff. And, yeah, now we're going to see. Okay, so we're going to make this call. And I did say open lines, okay? So, Mars, you can be mad at me. I still love you. All right. Speak.
Hello.
This is
Can
the
you hear
point
me?
where you speak. Yes.
Thank you. How you doing, Holmes? Brother.
Don't call me Holmes.
This Sunday. So I need everyone to bear with me.
Is that why Tony said that in that fucking message? Because you told him Holmes, and now he starts to use that word too?
Oh, I brought back to start saying Holmes a couple times. I mean, really, I'll be honest. I stole it from Dr. Brown because Dr. Brown used to say it.
Yeah, but
Holmes
obviously,
yes.
We know that fucking, well, whatever. Go on.
All right, so bear with me, but if you can understand what I'm about to say, it's like a little monologue about Scott, and this goes towards, now this isn't me, this isn't advice, like no one should take my advice when it comes to Scott, because, but in a way this is from experience, right? So bear with me. And this goes for people that want to give Scott a platform in the future. This isn't necessarily for who's doing it now, but for the people that would do that or think about doing that or don't,
All right.
that don't
Before you continue,
Yes.
engage 1.5 times speed. Thank you.
Okay, so Dave wrote, I already have one person in mind, but can you give me like a worldly figure that everyone can't stand, like everyone agrees that they can't stand this one person? Could be an actor, could be a world figure. I have someone in mind, but can you give me one?
Somebody on this planet?
Yeah,
Dead or
someone
alive,
that-
or what?
Yeah, dead or alive. It could be a leader, a ruler, someone that everyone can
Hitler
agree
gets
with.
a lot of hate. I mean, I hate Stalin.
Okay, let's
personally.
use him. Let's use him. I was going to use, like Osama or something, but okay. So
Actually,
let's use
that's another good one. Osama bin Laden.
All right, so let's use Osama. Okay. So having Scott having him on the show or giving him a platform rather, right? Like it's not a big deal. Like, oh, I want to, I'm trying to give him a voice or whatever, right? Which seems to be a thing in this community. I mean, you mentioned, obviously me. You mentioned Bodark recently, that was kind of swept under the rug, and a couple other people. You know what I'm saying? Whether they understand how Scott is or not, it's neither here nor there, but it needs to be known. Obviously, most people know. So when they cover, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. When the news covers Osama, you know what I'm saying? When it covers Osama, you're covering him. You're talking about him like we and others do with Scott. You cover him. You review what he says and stuff, right? That's how the news is with Osama or like these leaders. So imagine Osama coming to America or Canada here. No, that's a big no-no, right? So that's like Scott, a.k.a. Osama, coming to our country, our land. He needs to belong. Do you get where I'm going at here?
It's a terrible analogy.
I've been stuck on this for the past 4 days, and I
don't
think
understand why you're trying to utilize that sort of argument. The guy's a fucking terrorist, and he needs to receive the same sort of supposed story that the fake Osama bin Laden received in Jalalabad, where he was supposedly taken out. That was a CIA operative that knew too much. And but the fact is, Osama bin Laden died in, what was it? I think it was August 2001,
right.
I think, in Dubai.
No, not
Dubai
Osama. No, he died after 2001. Remember
No. See, the thing is, though, they made that story
Oh.
up because you've got a lot of stories where he kept dying over and over again. But that's not the best example. That's why I wanted to step in and say, what you're
Yes.
saying is basically this guy is, you know, I don't even know what kind of best fucking analogy to use because you're clearly just trying to go fucking. Actually, you're not going as bad as Skunt, who only uses pop culture. But this guy essentially, he needs to essentially be executed, not, figurative, not literally, as in like no, I don't think that somebody should go up to him
Right.
and pull a bullet in his head. But what I'm saying is that he needs to go away forever. He needs to be taken out because he won't go willingly. So,
Okay, so I think okay, so basically it's like you don't want you want like the news, you want to hear what the news has to say, which obviously you could say Dave Rose and the shows that cover Scott and stuff has to say about Osama. You want to hear what the news has to say, but you don't want to bring them over here. Don't bring them over here. We want to know. People want to know, yeah, what's the news on him? Breaking news, blah blah blah. But if you bring them over here to the country, that's like bringing Scott on the show or giving him the platform, rather. Is what I was getting to. You get what I'm saying?
but who's doing that though?
Well,
Other
I was
than
one
Tab.
of those people. And,
Other than Tab.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm just, that was more toward future people that want to think that, oh, having Scott on isn't a big, nah. You don't want to go down that road. You know what I'm saying? Because it's happening. Look, if I didn't do that shit a month and a half ago, whatever, we know Scott is going to find someone. Bodark, even though, I'm cool with Bodark, but he did the thing with Bodark. And I got on Bodark's ass, because I didn't make that dumb move yet. You know what I'm saying? But I was on Bodark's ass about it. And then what's the other guy? Not Tab, the one before that didn't last that long. That guy. So he's going to go to these, and he's always done this, what I'm saying, unsuspecting people. But, I really want to be a part of the forefront of, the anti-Scott movement. I really want to push hard. You know what I'm saying? I meant it before. I meant it now. I really was, when I was against him for that, it was almost a year. I was genuine, with being against him and stuff. I really was, bro. I'm not going to sit here and say.
The first thing you do is go for him as soon as you leave. This'll bring in the numbers, people. We're gonna get all the views and the donations. We're gonna be big.
It's more than an it's the biggest embarrassment for me in this community. It's more than that.
Have you chosen your public defender yet? Because you do know Nines has you, basically.
Listen, no, I've been talking to him in backgrounds about it, and I don't know. This is going to be after the drama awards.
I don't know. The thing is, though, he put me on the job, and he's on the clock now in the sense that I'm charging him lawyer rates. He told me to, and if he wants me to cut off the fucking the investigation and the setup of the case, he's got to let me know. So right now, he's on the clock. Like, this is lawyer fucking hours here. Those are expensive.
Potentially, because this is a high profile type of deal, kind of like a Johnny Cochran OJ situation. So maybe I can have a dual attorney, Bullfrog and Jake Pars, because maybe Jake Pars might not want.
Well, remember, I'm not scared of my abilities. In fact, I'm confident in them. That's why I recommended the only person who I think is actually competent and capable of defending you, which was Jake Bars. Because Bullfrog, he would be thrown out of court under, contempt and potentially, executed right there in the court itself. So, he's definitely, you need the right people to defend you, but that's up to you. I made my suggestions, but again, I've got nothing to lose in the sense that I know my abilities to win. So you better get the best defendant for you, because Nikki wants to have this, and what the Nine Gods wants, the Nine Gods gets. So, I would suggest you consult with your advisor, Mr. Bars, the adult who holds down a very reputable life. And
well, that's the thing. We have to get. Come on, that is good. Yeah. No, but we have to get because this. I don't,
Or his
and I already know it's
perpetually
not gonna be
pregnant
some-
wife. Your wife's been
Oh my
pregnant
God.
for 24 months. It's like, I love that, by the way, people. Like, Bars was on my show. Was it my show? No, he called into YR show, and
Yes.
fucking Scott was saying, "Oh, your pregnant wife," and he's like, "Dude, my kid was born a while ago. Like, where the fuck are you living?" So I just thought it was comical because his wife is perpetually pregnant. So there's a 24 months going on here.
But about the Scott stuff, I mean, listen, I don't really want to dive in. I need to re-listen to the show yesterday because for a moment I thought you were yelling at me when you were like, call in or something. That's why I was like, hey, do I need to, you know what I'm saying? But I got the gist of what was going on. And at the end of the day, the road he went down last night, done's not even the word, bro. Done's not even the word. That's something that.
Did you hear my show yesterday?
I heard it, but I heard your reaction to the road he went down, but I didn't hear him say. So that's what I'm saying. I need to watch.
No, but
fully.
so you couldn't hear him?
No, I'm saying like I didn't hear him. I don't want to bring up what I think pretty much what happened.
No, but you do. Okay, so what I'm getting at is that he did refer to you in that stream he did with Tab.
No, listen. I thought he was talking about your father.
No, he talked about you too, though. That's what I'm saying, is that he talked about a lot of different things, and he talked about you.
No, that's what I'm saying. I thought like because you were, you were on a roll.
No, he straight out
night,
fucking named you. He's like, YR, and if you think this, and if you think that, and blah blah. He straight out named you.
Oh, I didn't hear. Well, I'll re-listen, but he needs to fucking talk louder or something. That shit's, and I didn't even know. I don't even have tab sub. I didn't even know that shit went down, but. I guess that's an every week thing, every weekend thing, because I don't buy that he's going to rehab bullshit at all. He said it like 2 or 3 times before, 45 times before. I'm not buying it. I wouldn't believe it, people. And I'm not even gonna wish him fucking good luck. Like fuck him, dude. Like whatever. Just fucking buzz off, for fucking God's sake. At the end of the day, bro. Like. Everyone's saying, "Oh, I hope." No one's saying that. I hope you get that's all over, bro. That's over with, bro. There's no well wishes. Just fucking buzz off, Scott. This is Jacob Profs talking. All right?
That's the thing, though. He's already engaged in. He is essentially like a suicide bomber, or a kamikaze pilot. He's locked into the target. Now, our anti-air guns are going to shoot him out of the sky, but he's committed. He's committed to see himself destroyed. He's already said so. He's already shown it. I'm very doubtful he's going to rehab. Tiff also making some good points. But the fact is that he's admitted, and we've shown the screenshots, that he is so obsessed with what people say that he can't stand even the idea that somebody might be talking about. He doesn't even know if they are, but if Dave Rose, because he's subscribed to me, makes a video called Drama Emperor or Drama Diner, he immediately thinks that it might involve him. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. A lot of times, Drama Diner is about the community, and thus, no Scunt. It's just, maybe JCS, maybe Bullfrog, Tony, YR. But he is so obsessed that he can't let it go, and therefore, he would rather obsess and seethe over a potential misgiving. Dave Rose went live. How dare he? How dare he? I can't stand that, I have to go to work drunk and hungover, and he can do a fucking stream. You can continue.
Well, there's a difference between, and everyone will say, oh, these guys are, and I was, I probably said that a time or two when I was with Scott. Oh, those guys are obsessed with you, blah, blah, blah. There's a difference for being obsessed and being committed to the truth. Does that make sense? Could you agree to that? Are y'all guys committed to the truth, or?
What do you think I've been doing? Have I not?
No, I know, but
I've been unrelenting. These videos come out, boom, 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 and it's not like 20 2-minute videos in a span of 90 minutes. It's I'm giving you the fucking gritty and the nitty, and He can't fucking stand that.
Christmas is coming early, I guess. You know what I mean?
It seems like at this point, Christmas is almost every single day because we keep seeing these freakouts. He can't stand it. He is infuriated at you and anybody really at this point. Tiff, for better judgment, despite her better judgment, actually still interacts with the guy, and he's very. I mean, for somebody that he cursed out and wanted to, blackmail and, show the nudes and all that stuff, he's very, I guess, still caught up with her, wouldn't you think? Like, he is really, I guess obsessed would probably be the best word, but, I mean, look, even when he thought that maybe she was transsexual, he was still down. This is okay. Dave Rose, you know where he stands morally. He doesn't bend on that shit. He doesn't break on that shit. He's firm, and he's a trad. But when exposed to that, Scott, he literally waited out in front of him. He's like, "Well, I know that maybe she was maybe a man before, but I don't know. I'm horny as fuck, and I don't care if it's a fake vagina. I just want to fuck. Oh, I love attention. I love that somebody at least acknowledges me." So, and plus the fact is he probably did dress up in women's clothing and he's got that trans thing or at least the cross-dressing thing going. So the whole idea of him actually being with a trans would probably be something he'd be down with.
I mean, I'm open. I have no problem with transsexuality. But
then I'm going to have to send you to a re-education camp.
Scott, they do have the drag shows. When you go to the drag shows, be a new character, just
dude, you've seen the way that he acts. He always picks the bottom role. He always picks the bitch. I've raised this several times. Is that fuck you? It's not like take it, bitch. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck you. I'm gonna make you come. That's what a man would say. He's like It's disgusting. It's decrepit and it's degenerate.
Sickening. It really is. Listen, I'm sorry. I don't mean to say that. On the one more thing, and then I want to dive into the drama awards real quick. A few little pointers on that. On the Scott situation, ending on that. Listen, Dave Rose's drama shows, all of them are the gifts that keep on giving. Okay, and I will admit,
great replay value.
I do get upset when. I am on the menu or stuff like that myself. Not as much as Scott would, but I ultimately, obviously could be here with y'all and try to right any wrongs or answers or anything. Like Scott's just gonna go off and be weird. You know what I'm saying? It's a huge difference.
Yeah, and he tried to blame you and Ken as being the first to instigate this whole doxing in the community.
That's
we know this is we know it's false. That's the thing though. It's so ludicrous, so fucking ludicrous that this guy he has to be ridiculed. He has to be subjugated and embarrassed. It's the biggest lie ever, and he just deflects, just like he said that I don't know if you heard this, but he said that I was the one that apparently looked into Mello's, information and found out what his name was. It wasn't until Scott
he's the one who came out with it first, his name. I'm not going to say it, but he started saying it. Bro, Scott came up with the name.
Exactly.
Putting out people's name shit first. Originally.
That's what I'm saying, and the fact that he tried to pin that on me when I remember the day that he came to me like, hey, you want to know what, or he was more like, let me tell you what Mellow Yellow's real name is. It's so-and-so. And it's just like, wow. And I said this earlier. I was like, well, I don't see him as that name. That's kind of odd, but okay. But I never knew that. And I really never even cared about that. I mean, if I can trigger somebody just with my comments, I mean, what do I need to fucking pull a skunt, and try to threaten them? Like, oh, I know your real name. But Scunty, you're never going to do anything. But I know your real name. And you're still not going to do anything. Oh, fuck you.
Well, a lot of people's names are out now, never more than before. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, he chose that.
And-
He chose to do that, and you know what? Like
And
I
he
s-
did it. That's what I'm saying. He was the originator of that shit.
and I'm not too
Really?
sure if I'm down with the $500 Gucci picture frames that you've shown me. However, I like
Designer.
your thinking. I like your thinking because that obviously, if you, and that's why I said, you know, gilded in gold, you know, gold plated, maybe some Sikorsky crystals, but it's got to be fucking, it's got to be pricey. We're not going to just waste a simple dollar store frame on fucking Scott's obituary. It's got to be one of your prized possessions in your house. And
Yeah, so like they got I was showing Rose that like they have these Louis Vuitton and Gucci picture frames.
oh, that's right, Louis
For real, like
Vuitton's
$500
another
a
one.
piece.
What are they?
it.
$500 a piece, right?
500 a piece, and it's like a little. It's I think it's smaller than an 8x10, so you have to get the bigger one for the full newspaper clipping.
So
You know what I'm
that'll
saying?
probably
The
be
obituary.
$750 to $1,000, I'm thinking.
Yeah, so a bigger. You know what I'm saying? You got it. It'll be already get it matted, get it get it nice, and.
I want
But
to
is it
see
gonna
if
be
I
the,
can. Well, depending on what town he finally dies in, I want to see if maybe I can buy out that. Well, as many newspapers for that day, and then maybe
The
send
Halifax
those out.
Gazette.
No. It's going to be.
Jeremy?
He can't get back to the East Coast. He can't. So he's stuck in Fort McMurray, Alberta, and it'll be probably like the Fort McMurray Gazette or something like that. It'll probably only be a few paragraphs down in the fucking bottom corner of the last page, but that's something I'm more than willing to invest in a high quality frame so that I can mount it on my wall, perhaps over my firewood mantle, so that every time I decide to have a nice swig of whiskey to remind my liver that I'm not Scott McKinnon, I can enjoy relishing his demise.
All right, two things, and then the drama awards. I have a couple comments. The tab guy, you could hear during that he, Scott was getting pushy, like, oh, you say all this stuff behind the scenes, but you don't say it on the show, and
I think
like,
Travis also mentioned that, but continue.
Yeah, that's day one or two with Scott usually when you start up with him. I mean, Drama Club, when that had original, like, bro, it was
Bodark, he did the exact same thing with Bodark.
getting real pushy,
And then there's
it
that
ruined,
other
and
name that
people
you
getting
said that you couldn't
uncomfortable.
remember what his name was. And I again, it's still itching in my mind. I think there was more than two. I think there was somebody else where he did the exact same thing. Came in, tried to take control of the situation. Basically, afterwards, people were like, oh, fuck, man, that was a mistake. I don't want anything to do with him. And then he continued on to berate them for no longer wanting to associate with them. But Bodark...
Well, it was, it was the guy that I blamed for the Shanju thing. I forget his name, though. God damn it.
Oh, Steve Callan.
Steve Cannon, yeah.
Yes! Yes!
Like 3 weeks ago.
Give me a yes.
Yeah.
Finally, okay. See, it's too fucking hot for Dave Rose to be running at full efficiency right now, but we finally got it. So, Steve Callan, most recent instance. We got fucking Bodark prior to that. And now I'm forgetting the one prior to that one. Well, there was you.
Me.
And
Of course.
see, that's the thing, though. We've identified this so often. He gets his legs cut out from underneath him. Remember how he was supposed to stream with Simo?
No, bro, I called that out. I mean, look, I put out 3 or 4 videos like day 5, Simo goes live without Scott. Like, bro, I was calling that out. I was like, it's not going to happen. And I know it was pissing Scott off because he was mentioning that. And look what happened, Simo. I guess he came on the good side, I guess, recently, huh?
You know who else I remember? Junebug.
Oh, that was like, yeah, that was right when the pandemic started.
Wow,
was
there really is like, we really have to go deep, like, think hard, and it's too hot for me to do that today, so we're not going to do that. But if you can think hard into this, the pattern keeps coming up, but with all these different people, and there's so many of them.
I mean, he ran through, and this isn't a dig, but he ran through the mainstays years ago. Like, That's how we all knew about him because he was on, with Joe and he featured him or whatever. But like for these smaller channels and these people that are unsuspecting that, it's like your Steve Galan's, your Tabs, your Junebugs, your Bodarks. No one hates them. You know what I'm saying? Like no one.
Only
They're
Scott does.
they might not be the most entertained. They might not be those type of guys that come on the show and starts a thing.
Nah,
But
don't start being a Tony and saying what is successful, okay? It's just like let them do their thing. Who gives a flying fuck? It's only fucking Scott getting mad. Why? Because they won't share his platform with him so that he can start spread on these lies. That's the only reason.
well, no, I'm not meaning like judging their talent. I meant more of a way like the people he chose with those smaller channels, like were not really in the mainstream in this community. You know what I mean? Like they're cool and they're known, and no one hates them, but it's like easy for Scott to go into the mix in that. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't maybe necessarily have, because Scott will add what 10 or 15 people, or they'll have a buzz going, or not a. I'm not trying to sound positive with what I'm saying, but when you have Scott on the show, you know what I'm saying? Like people talk about it, not necessarily meaning you're going to get the viewers, like I didn't get, right? But I'm saying like people are going to talk about it, and it's going to be an issue. Okay, so, and that's like kind of like a cheap heat type of deal is getting Scott on the show or having Scott on or whatever, pretending like none's wrong. So,
You know what?
in a way,
The best way to imagine or to envision what you did with Scott was like those fucking videos where there's some inexperienced kid who gets a fucking shot and they light it on fire, right?
yes,
And instead of blowing it out first and then drinking it, they actually just drink it and it falls on their clothes and it actually goes down their throat lit. And then they're spitting it out and it's actually like flying onto the furniture and it's causing that to go fucking on fire and they're running out and they're fucking in pain and shit. That's what happened with you and fucking. You thought you could take the hot drink. You just forgot to blow it out first and you basically burnt down your house.
I mean,
And you burnt your
can
fucking
argue with
esophagus.
that. And look, like I'm not even I am taking this shit seriously, like to an
Well, see,
extent.
it
with
sounds
Scott
like
shit
you
to where
are
it's
willing
like,
to take your bumps, and after this court case, who knows? Maybe the Nine Gods will instruct on the threat of miscommunication, or no? What's it called when you get removed from the church? Just communicated.
yeah, like
Excommunicated. Excommunicated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if the Nine Gods makes a dictate that says, okay, why are his faced his lumps and he has received salvation from his sins, then well, I'll have to consider that at that point. But the Nine Gods, he is a divine being, he is a deity, and we do have to consider that. So, just something to keep in mind.
All right, and then look, this is gonna be very entertaining, folks. Coming up, we're gonna everyone just look forward to a bunch of content. I'm not saying I'm doing anything on my channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of
Well,
still
why are you
part-time
saying
YouTube
content?
and thing right now.
What are you referring to then?
Well, the tribunal on YR and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And the drama awards, which you have a lot of. I do have a couple questions. You have a lot of the good. I could give some nominees for the awards.
Well, I would suggest.
Or my predictions.
Yeah, I'd suggest that anybody. Well, no, I don't want predictions. I want nominees. I do have a list, but I just do want to accept any additional names that might be submitted. But
I think YR should be taken off the flip-flop list. A flip-flop technically is clearly what Tony does and what Bullfrog does, and that's no disrespect, but going on different shows in a short time of span. I have my own platform. And like I go on Joe's show, I go on Ken's show every week, like they do. So I think, what I'm saying. My name would be appropriate for maybe another. I'll just make a joke about it, but I know you're not going to use the shortest reigning drama show. Drama Club 2021.
yeah, but
4 days.
this is already 9
No, I know.
9 categories. I don't know. If I'm going to keep them all. I don't want to make them too long. I'm thinking at least 4 nominees per category. It'll take a few hours to go through this show, and we're gonna have fun doing it. We're gonna play.
Oh,
old
y'all targeting
clips.
it? Are y'all targeting it for September, like October?
It's only
fall
me
type of
doing it,
deal?
dude. It's only me, so there's no y'all. And that's actually depends on what's submitted. If people today were to submit enough information for me to say, okay, that's actually a good number of fucking submissions, I could probably go live tomorrow if I wanted to. I mean, really, I want to just do this right, and I want to get the right sort of submissions on here. So the more people, you know, so the more that people can submit in terms of nominees, the sooner it will be for me to, or categories, the sooner it'll be for me to actually air the show. Because, you know, I'm just about ready to go, but like I said, I want to make sure that we've got as many good categories as possible, and those that are nominated actually are, you know, deserving of that nomination, regardless if they're a piece of shit and they hate me or not. So, yeah, I mean, next weekend's a long weekend here in Canada. I don't know. Nikki and I usually have the tradition of airing a Smug Canadians on our Canadian long weekends, but
Oh yeah.
we missed that last time. Blame Nikki. But regardless, you know, we might do that weekend. But yeah, as soon as I can get more, and I'm going to be looking back at the chat of this video to look at what people have suggested. Some people are saying worst community caller, best drama show. Yeah, there's a lot of different suggestions and stuff. So I'm going to have to go back and see if any of them, you know, fit with this, and finalize it.
Do you have a suggestion and kind of like a sidebar to that suggestion you might find very interesting. I would look. I'm going to be fair and I'm going to be nice here. I would say Tony should be in the group. He probably definitely won't win it, probably, but be in the group for the what was it, the Rising Star, or the Rookie of the Year or something.
Well, it's on the screen right now, but yes, Rookie of the Year is one of the categories.
And, you know, obviously a C-Man would be in there, of course.
Yep, C-Man's in there. We also have Travis TLC.
Well, I'm looking at 2021 year, right? I mean, we could throw, Travis. It doesn't have to be necessarily a host. It could be someone who calls in a lot or something.
Well,
like
it depends. Submit a name and I'll consider it. I mean, I don't know.
We'll throw in Tony in there. Let's throw in
Rookie?
Tony for Rookie of the Year.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, I'll write it down. I'll write it down.
He held my show down, bro. For all those months.
See, that's the thing, though. I'll take nominees, and then, you know, because I am the Academy, I will whittle it down to an acceptable number. So, yeah, I'll, you know, keep submitting names. Again, I don't care about submissions. I'll take more than I need, because then I'll just select a few and put them up. So.
Well, with that being said, I did send you a screenshot a couple of days ago. Now, Tony hates my guts. He wants nothing to do with me or Bullfrog at this point, even though I want him submitted into this.
I showed that screenshot yesterday.
All right, and so yeah, he's going to go to Shanzu and say, "Oh, don't have me or Bullfrog on anymore," yada yada yada. And I think that is that might be the final straw for me with associating with Tony. I mean, I do rag on him on the shows, and I honestly do get mad for real when he interrupts me or just anything on the shows. Like, I really get pissed off for real. Like, that's my #1 pet peeve. And it's not a work. It's me really being mad, like, when there's interruptions. Bullfrog does it. Now, he doesn't do it as much recently. So big ups to Bullfrog. But Bullfrog was the one who fucking went over there first, bro. All right? Tony, you're not the star over there first. Shanju's a star, but Bullfrog was over there first, okay? Let's not forget that, people. Whether people like Bullfrog or not, Shanju or not, whatever. The fact is, you know what I'm saying? Tony was on there saying, yeah, me and Sean, we're going to do great things together, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, Bullfrog's been there for like 4 weeks doing wrestling talk, you know? I mean, what Tony is doing right now is Now I see it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now I see it for what it is. It's almost in tune, almost in the same pond as Scott, to where let's use up. And I know people said this a million times, but he goes from channel to channel because he can't create his own, or he can't make a pop out of his own. So he uses someone else's channel to whether he takes over or whether he leads the show or whatever. He couldn't do it with Joe. He left Joe. He went to Scott for 3 or 4 weeks. He came to me for all those months, and he flip-flopped back to Joe for a month or two, right? Couldn't really get his full control into there. And then he's on Sean's Views now, which Sean's Views channel is down, by the way. Something happened. Someone did something. Something's weird going on. And I'll say publicly, it's none of us. I know it's not
Somebody
none of us
told
over
me
here.
it was Tony that flagged his channel.
I mean, so there's a lot of twisted stuff going on, and I look at it. I mean, look, I don't have a big head. Tony does. I like to have fun on these things. I don't want to make it about me. Tony wants to make them all about him. Okay. He's arrogant. He's cocky. Sometimes that's entertaining, but it's way overblown now. On offline he is chill. He is cool. I'm not gonna. But at the end of the day, he wants full control of a show that he didn't, a channel and a show that he didn't create, which he's doing right now with Chauncey. Now he's gonna blackball us out of that community, and hopefully Chauncey does the right thing, because he's always stated, hey, if they didn't do anything to me, I'm gonna give them a chance, give them a chance, give them a dance, give them a dance. And I mean, we obviously something's going on with the channel, but that's y'all saw the screenshots from Tony. That's what he's sending around to Bullfrog. And I think that's a bunch of bullshit. Tony, just make your own channel and just go with that, bro.
Well, actually, I was going to refer to this later because we're not going nowhere. Apparently from the chat, the #1 nominee for fucking Rookie of the Year, Seaman, did a great job actually analyzing exactly that there.
And this is, look, I would nominate Seaman. I mean, obviously he went hard on me for episode or 2 on there, but I really, honestly, genuinely, he has that good voice, bro. It's not annoying. I mean, there's tons of annoying voices on Joe's side over there, just voice-wise, listening on radio. He has a good voice, easily to listen to, and just keeps you intrigued. So big ups to see. I hope he wins that. I'm gonna vote for Tony if I get to vote personally. But at the end of the day, Tony, we see what he's about, bro. I mean, I have to admit that here, man. I mean, I appreciate what he did, running my channel, taking hold of the reins for those months. And we got along and everything, but he just, I don't know, I think he really gets offended when he does get talked about negatively. I get offended as well, but not really offended, just more of disappointed in myself. I know I can do better. He never fucking owns up to shit. Nothing, bro. He always, it's either a projection or bring up someone else or something else, or some stuff he's right about, but he never admits to when he's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you can't win when someone's just in their head. They don't think they're invincible. And I'm not talking anything physical.
I've already won.
That's
not. That's loser mentality. I've already won.
Again, has the drama wars been declared official yet, or no?
No. We still have to deal with SE Steve. We still have to deal with Bullfrog. We're gonna have to do that court proceeding on you. And we're going to have to come to some sort of conclusion. Obviously, you are the last splinter of Drama Club 2021. Well, you and your boys. And, with that splintering that came, you had Simo.
Yes.
Simo, Skunt, and Danny. Now, Danny cut tail and ran, just like a typical Soviet. And he's no longer even a concern. He's relegated to Gargut Show. I don't give a fuck about commenting on him, and have no interest in doing so. Simo has now declared war on Scunty, and Okay, that works for me. That's cool. Again, to me, he's irrelevant. I don't even want to comment on him, but if he says dumb shit, I do. Have to. But regardless, is that he's basically shown himself to Scunt as being unwilling to tolerate his absolute devilish behavior. Because look at the callous nature of his by saying, I don't care that this little girl that you knew is dead because she died in a car accident. Like, there's other people around the world. You can't show any sympathy or compassion? Fuck you, Scunty. Fuck you. And who's left? Well, Scunty. But he's no longer even claiming to be part of Drama Club 2021. So we'll have to see what happens. I mean, if we can deal with the three of you, SE Steve, YR, and Bullfrog, then that will be the end of the Drama Wars, or Drama Wars 2. And Scunty will forever remain on the platter of the Drama Emperor, but there will be no more Drama Wars. But it is important that you be held accountable for associating with that greasy mestizo. And I made a great point the other day. I don't know if you watched my video, but why do you continue to associate with that piece of shit?
Behind the scenes, and like off the air rather, and on air, and now there's a couple times, but he's always been loyal to me. Just like Tony to an extent. Tony should.
No, there's no. This is not fucking analog. It's digital. It's either on or off. So either Tony was loyal to you or he wasn't. Seems to me that he wasn't.
I thought he was. Okay, let's put it that way. And so at the end of the day, I mean, like a Keith, he was always loyal to me, stuck with me, always had my back,
Yeah, but we're
and all
talking
that.
about SC Steve
So-
here. SC Steve
I know,
has
and-
shown himself to be malicious. Look at what he did to Ken. And then he wants to laugh like some fucking hyena, thinking it's funny. Dude, the guy deserves to have his head crushed in with a cinder block. That's a straight fact. That is a straight fact. That's what he's earned with his malicious nature.
I mean,
So why do you associate with him?
I just feel like
he showed himself supposedly loyal when he's actually proclaimed publicly that all he ever wanted to do was to emulate your troll style so that he could overtake you as the #1 troll in the community. Don't you remember that?
well, yeah, but that was around the award thing, around that award, if I remember.
No.
But
no.
I do remember him saying that, yes.
No,
But
it
that
was when he was associated with you. It was when he was your ally.
Well, I'm saying when like Ken had his awards, and then the thing was Troll of the Year or something, right? And
No,
like,
there's
they
nothing
were
to do with
saying-
any awards here. We're talking about the fact that this guy's a piece of shit.
Well, at the end of the day, I mean, I can name a bunch of more other people in the community that are worse than SC, that are in chats and everything. I always kind of go back to that.
Okay, well, I've dealt with those
And the
people.
loyalty factor.
I've dealt with those people. But the thing is, though, we are addressing SE Steve. And we're addressing the fact that you continue to associate with him. The guy, you want to be with Ken? You got to cut off fucking illegal. Simple as that.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, but I mean...
the animal talked to Joe Cronin's kids, and that was fine. Like, I don't
No.
understand-
Stop
I
being
mean,
a Scott
I
McKinnon
don't-
and pointing to other people. The fact is, it's 2021, here and now, and you're being held accountable for what you're doing, okay? Travis and me are no longer, well, we were never enemies, but the thing is, though, is we're not, in conflict as much as Scunty would love us to be. So things change. That's what you have to understand. Things change. You can.
So you don't
if you're
think-
supposedly
you don't think-
changing, from, being, dumb to trying to go back to being accepted, then why do you continue to associate with someone who's going to only be detrimental and drag you back down to where you were before?
You don't think SC can be changed though?
Nope. He's already proven it. He's already proven it. This is a point that needs to be made. We're not done with SE Steve, but this Sparrow brought me this beautiful little gift and says, is YR going to address the truths Ken revealed on your channel this week, my channel, that is, about the recordings of him coming or conning strangers to go flag Ken and calling him
strangers.
a racist.
It was a prank
calling
call.
him I'm not done. Calling him a racist to people of other races on Minnesota Vikings channel.
There you go. There you go.
So what's the explanation of that? I'd like some, because I don't know the whole details on this. So.
So me, and it wasn't Omegle, it was like a dating site, Plenty of Fish, and they have a live feature where you can, choose to go live with people that are live and talk. So like me and Scott were doing that, and they were saying, or we were saying rather, Foul Network, Fat Mouth Ken over there, racist, stuff like that. And to people, yeah, it's really bad, but when in my mind, we weren't being malicious. Now, whether you want to say Scott was being malicious,
you were being malicious.
I mean, I think if we're being malicious, then Scott would have said his address or something to me. I mean, malicious to me is I think a different definition than what people perceive it to be here. I mean, you get what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
Like being malicious, being malicious in this community to me is like doxing and giving out like shit Scott does.
Well, you need to read a book. Also, we just have a new subscriber called "The Jazz Hands Story Was a Complete Lie," all in caps, by the way, and quite the interesting avatar being used. Also, you need to understand that as soon as you show your face, actually, I could even actually just do this now and just fucking remove you from the chat ever. But it would take 4 weeks for you to actually be able to write in this chat. So thanks for giving me a heads up to basically remove you entirely. You just wasted time making another fake account. And also, what I said prior to saying jazz hands was absolutely factual. And also, when I said jazz hands, I was actually doing jazz hands at that point. I had to verbalize what it was that I was doing so that you would know that I'm actually participating in what I'm talking about. So when I said jazz hands, I was fucking showing those jazz hands. In fact, every time I said that word, I want to raise my hands and do jazz hands because it's sort of like a dog whistle, it sort of prompts you. It's like, jazz hands. So come on, you fucking faggot. Also, continue.
That's a good movie, The Jazz Man. Isn't it Billy Joel soundtrack or something?
No,
Jazz Man?
Hands. Jazz Hands.
I didn't even see the chat to see what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, the word is hands, as in what's at the end of your arms. And there's a typical thing in theater where you wave your hands, and it's called jazz hands.
All right, so back to the Ken situation. I'm here, okay, talking about it. We're in a war that I started, unfortunately. So yeah,
well, that war is winding down because you've basically you've proven that you're willing to abandon your troops. You're willing to participate in Operation Paperclip. You're willing to sort of agree to work with the government now as a war criminal, and we're going to erase your records so that we can get you to work on our rocket program. But we have still outstanding individuals that are still war criminals. Bullfrog. Actually, that's something else I was going to talk about. Bullfrog made an appearance on Monetize This, and JB actually made his return.
Yeah.
Now, if people want to send me that clip to review, I heard portions of it, but if somebody has that already, I guess, available and they want to share it with me, I'd love to review some stuff. But JB and Bullfrog went back and forth. And what I heard was hilarious, by the way, because Bullfrog basically admitted yet again how much of a retard he is, and that he got played because he actually thought JB told him to go live and he was going to join him. And then he's trying to yell at JB, "Yo, it was you. You told me." And then you deleted your messages. JB's like, "That wasn't my account." And Bullfrog won't accept it. It's absolute fucking garbage. So Bullfrog, you have a lot to answer for. You keep saying that you're leaving, you don't. And then you fucking messaged Ken the other day, and I reviewed this on my show. We're like, "Joe fired me, so I'm a free agent. Can I be on your show?" I mean, Fuck you, Bullfrog. You still have to be, accounted for. I know you're trying to right now escape the authorities, but you will be fucking found. And SC Steve, and that's why you're still not off the fucking hook there, YR. SC Steve, you want to hang out with fucking Ken? SC Steve must be executed, figuratively in Minecraft. Okay? You cannot be associating with the legals. And I know that you fucking love the attention and that he fucking makes you feel good, but that's what a rapist does prior to fucking giving you a roofie, okay?
So only
Who's
Scott
more important?
and-
Answer me this. Who's more important? Ken, who fucking loves you, or fucking SC Steve, who wants to fuck you over? Who's more important?
I mean, I would say both, but Ken.
What?
Ken
Both?
ultimately. It's
Both.
because it's a different type of relationship.
You like to
You know
be
what I'm saying?
fucked over. You like to be
No.
fucked over.
No.
What different relationship? One is an abusive one. One is of one that has, in my opinion, too big of fucking heart and gives you way too many fucking chances. So, you got a good guy, and you got literally the epitome of Latino evil. Okay? Why do you continue to associate with that? When Ken has always tried to help you out, and yeah, you've been longer supporting Ken than fucking SC Steve has supported you. And Ken has tried to give you every opportunity to help you out. And SC Steve has tried to fuck you over every single time. Explain to me again why you're associating with him. Again, you're like, oh, you're telling me not to hang out with SC Steve. No, we're saying that if you do, we don't want a goddamn thing to do with you. Why? Because he's fucking evil. And if you associate with him, you're evil too. So, again, I ask, why do you continue to associate with SC Greasy Mestizo?
I mean, I gave you two answers. They're not good enough, so I don't know what to do because.
Did I not make a good point? I mean, you gave me good.
Obviously, not associate with them, but at the end of the day, I have no one else. I have no one. I'm alone now.
No. See, that's the thing, though. We told you this the other day. Well, not the other day, but like when you decided to go stupid. When you decided, no. Co-host wise, here's the thing, though. First of all, man up, because you are better than this. You can fucking run your own show alone, okay? So stop thinking that you need somebody as a co-host. Second of all, I'm sure that you could acquire co-hosts if you weren't associating with fucking trash. So, look, there's other people that do like you out there. I've heard people on your shows and shit when you were doing Fishing Under the Bridge and stuff. And, you can get people to like you. But if you keep associating with, these pieces of garbage, you can't expect Ken to call in maybe on his break from work and be like, yeah, I'll hang out with you, YR. This is fun. You can't expect,
It used to be like that,
but guess what? You kept doubling down and associating with fucking trash. SC Steve is trash.
No,
you have to get it through your fucking head. He is garbage.
No, I know.
A cinder block to his head, to his skull, would be actually, I would have to say, kind of taking it lightly on him. He deserves, really, to go feet first into a wood chipper. Straight up. I'm being totally honest. He is that evil. He is that evil. Listen to the way he cackles and laughs.
I think the
Everything
same
to
about
him's a
Animal
joke.
and other people as well.
No, well, yeah, of course, but that's the thing, though. We will deal with them in due
Man.
time. But the
It's
fact
like-
is, right here and now, we are talking SC Steve. Okay? And SC Steve deserves that fate. You can't deny it. Why are you so obsessed with attention?
The SC Steve situation. I, at times, and in the past, I mean, I've had fun with him on the shows when we do shows, the SC Steve show, etc. There's been a lot of times in the past where Ken has caught up with SC Steve on the show. You know what I'm saying? And whether that was,
Does that mean that he
during the pod
likes him, or does that mean maybe he wants
no,
to
I'm
call out the
saying-
bullshit that this fucker was saying?
That's what I'm saying. Most
And
of the
that's why.
time,
So
it
yeah,
was-
keep him on your show so that Ken will have to continue to call in. How about you just don't have that fucking liar on your show in the first place? Problem solved.
Well, I guess we have no show. Because I'm
Well,
all
if you
out
were
of people.
confident in your abilities, and you should be, you could run your own show on your own. But
Yeah, but
to associate with evil is unacceptable. Dude, the guy's evil.
Like he's my
the guy
Jake
is evil.
DeMarco.
The guy is evil.
It's like he's my evil Jake DeMarco, though. Do you
No,
understand, like, where
he
I'm coming
wants
from?
to see you burn. Don't you understand? He's waiting for that one prime opportunity to fuck you over. He said so. He's admitted so publicly. He wants to be top troll. He would love to be nominated for the Community Drama Awards, and there's no chance in hell that we even nominate illegals because they only get one thing, and that's the rope. Dude, you want to be with Ken? You might want to reconsider things. You want to be fucking forever, on the outskirts? Well, keep associating with fucking people like SC Steve. I'm sure it'll go well for you.
All right.
Dude, look, you can't
I understand
fucking...
what you're saying. I'm not, I understand what you're saying.
I'm not saying this to fucking anger you or to fucking start a
I know.
fight. I'm saying it because I believe in it, because I've experienced it, because I've
You're
got
not the only one.
overwhelming
You're
proof.
not the only one either. I mean.
Yeah, and look at the comments in the chat here. There's a lot of people here who totally believe and agree. More importantly, agree. Because I'm not casting no spells here. I'm just saying what other people believe. And people agree with this, is that he is detrimental to you and to this whole community. And that when you feature him around, all it does is diminish things and make things worse. And then you don't have the grounds to fucking state, well, why isn't anyone hanging out with me? It's because we don't like SC Steve. So you can't just say, oh, now you guys are attacking me. We're not attacking for shit. We're saying, okay, he wants to associate with this piece of garbage. We'll have nothing to do with him. And then you start to try to make yourself look like a victim. No, you chose who you were going to hang out with. You got to accept that. If you take him away from you, well, then maybe more people, well, probably, will associate with you. Why? Because you don't have that vile, evil, Latino, mestizo piece of shit ruining the environment. And again, like I said, this is not to fucking, get into a fight. Is that you know for a fact that Ken likes you. You know that. And despite all the criticism he gets, rightfully so, for, having too much of a big heart and wanting to, always help people, is the fact is, that he wants to like you. He wants to like you. But you've burned him bad. Real bad. And one of those reasons is SC Greasy Mestizo. So, considering the fact that this guy has too big of a fucking heart and really wants to like you, you want to throw that away for the fucking false, duplicitous, supposed appreciation and love that SC Illegal has on you? No, he doesn't care for a second about you. But I can promise you that Ken actually does care for your well-being and for you. He cares for you. Jacob Props, he cares for you. And you want to fucking, again, keep pointing out to other people like, oh, well, what about... No, dude, you gotta it's black and white here. It's either on or off, okay? Lights on, lights off. Either lights off, you stick with SC Steve, or lights on, you stick with Ken. You can't have it both ways. Again, I ask you, what's more important to you? And now I'll shut up and mute myself. But I ask you what's more important. Your friendship over the years with Ken, who'd willing back you up and defend you, or your much less relationship, years-wise, with SC Steve, who's proven that he's just waiting for that opportune moment to try to take that troll crown from you. Now I'll mute myself.
Well, overall, Ken, not really right now because he's not. He's not really, cause recent shit or whatever. But overall, obviously Ken. I would throw. We're just talking about Ken, but I'll throw Joe in there too, even though I do, give him a lot of grief. Both Joe and Ken, I do hold them high. It's just the SC Steve situation. You know, it's just one of those things where, I mean, I get it, I understand where everyone's coming from, but he was always my Jake DeMarco, you know.
So this is your broke back
But
this is your
if
broke
that's
back.
sliding, if he is growing into or sliding
So this is your
into
broke
the
back
Scott
broke back mountain situation where you just can't quit him. Is that it?
Now listen,
You like taking it in the pooper?
Oh, you gotta rewind what I was just about to say, because that was good, and then it was really good. I was about to really. Can you rewind it for me?
I can rewind it on the stream, but you're not going to hear it here.
Fuck.
Hold on, let me play it. See if I can hear it.
Like right before you came in.
Now hold on. To try to make yourself look like a victim. No, well then maybe more Patino. Again, like act that he's help people, but you've missteeced too big of that a pose. For you, people like lights on, you stick with. Again, I friendship over the year, or you're and that he's just now old me.
Not really right now, because he's not. I mean, we're not really. He's not really, you know, recent shit or whatever, but. Overall, I mean, obviously Ken. I mean, I would throw.
No recent
I mean,
shit.
we're just talking about Ken, but.
You're talking
and I'll
about
throw
Ken.
Joe in there too, even though I do, you know, give him a lot of grief. Both Joe and Ken, I do.
Regardless.
Even though you agree with Ken, hold on.
It's just the SC Steve situation.
Just the SC Steve
You know,
situation.
it's just one of those things
Just
where.
one of those things.
I mean, I get it, I understand where everyone's coming from, but he was always my Jake DeMarco.
He was always my Jake
you know?
DeMarco. So this is your broke back.
But
this is your
if
broke
that's
back.
sliding.
Okay, that was it.
Fuck.
He was your Jake
Well,
DeMarco.
Listen, I mean, God, I gotta stop
Sorry,
saying
dude,
it.
but
I know you hate it.
Emperor's got to say words. He
How
was
I
your
look
Jake
at it-
DeMarco. SC Steve. Again, you keep trying to circle back to fucking Ken. The point is, what I'm trying to get you to at least
Yes.
confront us all about, especially all the viewers here, all 50
Oh, I got it, I
fake
got it, I
viewers.
got it.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry. Could this be fair? Could we meet in the middle? And it doesn't have to be now today, but could you debate, interview, whatever, or me question, or you question SC Steve for 5 to 10 minutes? Because he really wants to make things right with everyone.
No,
He's torn up about this shit.
no. We've heard this in the past, and it's bullshit. The guy's a manipulative snake. That's all he tries to do. That's what he wants. He needs the ability to have a platform to do damage control. Do his little fucking hyena laugh. Pretend like... Because, again, that's what cowards do. They use comedy and laughter to try to disengage and to reduce a situation, you know, that might trigger them. And that's what he does. So he'll be like, oh, I'm cool, it's okay. And then the next week he goes right back to it. We've seen this before, YR, and it won't be tolerated. He's done this before. So there is no meeting halfway. He wants to do it, you know, he wants to make things right. Dude, you know how many times I've heard that before in regards to this piece of shit? Too many. Too many. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. And again, if you want to see this in action, just go to one of his videos where the guy's laughing like a fucking hyena. He has no remorse. He has no repentance. He is evil.
So if you had the choice, obviously, or anyone, who would you rather see YR work with, Tony or someone like SC or SC? Obviously, it'd be Tony, right?
You know what? I mean, if you're asking us to pick that sort of shitty fucking lineup, well, in reality, you should just be doing a show solo. But I would rather take Tony over fucking SC Steve any day. Any day.
Damn. I mean,
You've
look,
had
Tony.
other people associate with you. You've had other people show up on your shows. It's not our fault
Yeah,
that you
but
keep
like-
burning bridges, but
Well, SC was kind of like, Keith. He was always like Jake DeMarco. That's why I keep saying Jake DeMarco. He's always like a right hand. Not anything malicious, but he's always there. He's always ready to go. Let's fucking go. I'm going live. You ready?
Because he's desperate for affirmation. Remember, this is the guy that literally waxes his eyebrows every week. He's so obsessed with his personal appearance, which goes to show how egotistical and narcissistic he is, which is the only reason why he's willing to make himself available at any point to be on stream. Why? Because first, he doesn't just use an icon like I do. He basically shows his camera, and then he's constantly looking in the camera, trying to ham it up, trying to oh, look at my eyebrows. He's touching his eyebrows while he does it. Fucking opens his mouth to look at his fucking, and he's looking at the fucking video. And, yeah, he's basically trying to ham it up for the camera. My Skype just fucking froze. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. 2 people called it once, and it looked like it broke it. And yeah, he's trying to use the fucking video as his own personal mirror to fucking to take away from you. You might be talking about something, fucking YR, and what does he do on fucking camera? He's like opening his mouth, looking at his teeth. He's fucking touching his eyebrows, and it's just like, how does that fucking help out your fucking show? So on that note, you can speak. I will add these people who just tried to call in because Skype wants to be a fucker. So you may continue.
Well, everyone out there, I think they should follow the lead of what I did yesterday and match my donation. I was the only donator. And
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Again, I forgot to mention that again. I did mention it yesterday, and I did ask for your permission to reveal whether or not it was.
Well, I don't want to get that misconstrued. I was ultimately trying to, because I can't talk in the chat. It's on the sub-only mode. So I donated that to get my word off. I mean, that's why I would hit you up sometime off the sides because I can't say it in the chat. But the liver, catfish liver, that's one of the best baits for catfish.
I look forward to seeing how that actually works. I mean, yeah, that sounds very cool.
Fall season. Yeah.
Let's welcome our first caller. I'll try to get the second one in. Travis TLC.
Hey, Dave. Real quick, I just wanted to recommend a song to you.
Okay.
It's a new one that just came out from my all-time favorite artist of all time, Sir Eric Clapton. It's called This Has Gotta Stop, and I really think you would appreciate it.
Was he knighted?
Yes, he was.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Very cool. And, he is also, very talented with that slow hand of his. And, just to toot Travis's horn, he's well familiar with someone who's worked with that individual. And, yeah, he knows his blues, he knows his rock, and, I very much look forward to your submission.
Yeah, whenever you're done streaming or whatever, just check it out. I really think you'd appreciate that song. Just came out. All right, thank you. That was all.
It's new. All right, cool.
Yep, just came out a few days ago.
All right,
there's a music video to it as well. Yep. See ya.
All right, thanks for that input.
Yeah. Eric Clapton, he's one of the only ones that Dave Rose that aren't he's touring. Obviously, he's going to tour for the new album, but he's the ones that are choosing to do the venues that aren't making you, wear the things on your face and all that. So he's one of the good guys that are.
Well, he took the vaccine and it made him feel very bad, so he's not forcing anyone to take it while they are attending his concerts.
Probably, I'll throw him in top 5 greatest guitarist of all time. Top 5 for sure. Is you trying to get Nicky Nines in here?
I did, but apparently he didn't try to call in. Travis was using an old group to call in, and that's the reason why. So he's no, he wasn't intending to call in. But I think we're going to wrap it up since we don't have any other callers. We've been going on for 2 hours and 30. Actually, no, you know what? No, we've got more to. I forgot about this. We got more to review. But before.
Yeah, I'll leave the call and listen in.
But we still haven't gone to the crux of the situation. Are you going to fucking excommunicate SC Steve, or are you going to keep fucking around with that, hoping that people will still take you back because you associate with absolute vile mestizo evil?
Well, I'm gonna, do the right thing. Ken has meant a lot to so let me pause. Look at the background.
Is that the Texas
There
RCMP
he goes,
again?
right there.
Those
SC and
pesky Texas RCMP. Fucking Canucks trying to impose their strong arm there in Texas.
Now, I do enjoy and I appreciate Ken a lot.
I think that's what it
Can,
ultimately comes down to, it, man. Who do you appreciate more? Who appreciates you more? Who's actually willing to stand up for you against people that they work with to defend you? Well, I know Ken has, but has SC Steve? Absolutely not. He will sell you out every fucking moment he could. You know that for a fact because I know Latinos because I am one.
Now, I don't want to diminish the fact that the positives SC brought, there's some moments.
I am the speaking rat. For those that might appreciate that insult, but
I mean, ultimately, Ken and SC always, didn't really, especially recently. Recently, it's really gotten bad with them or whatever. So,
dude, you're gonna have to fucking really. I would suggest you pray. You pray and you fucking try to figure this out because it shouldn't be that difficult. I mean, 1 + 1 is 2. And that is the conclusion you're going to get from fucking dealing with this, okay? So I don't know why it's so difficult for you to understand what's important or why this guy's such a scumbag, but it's clear that it's wearing on your conscience and you're having difficulties even comprehending it. So, basically, you're going to have to think about that long and hard before, sort of responding to Ken. Because I think Ken has been very fair with you, and even Nikki. Nikki let you on confessions. So, I'm not demanding an answer right now. The Emperor is very patient. So, and again, your sins
what do y'all think
I'm going to say?
What do y'all think I'm going to say?
To the Nine
Fuck
Gods.
Ken and what do y'all think I'm going to say? Oh, fuck Ken and SC. We're going to be doing shows tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, that is a possibility. I mean, you did go right back to fucking SC Steve, and then you went to fucking Scott to get it in your chat, and the next day you got him on your actual show. So your record, is shoddy at best. And again, you're going through your lumps, but it looks like you're willing to do that. So you're gonna have to walk through hell before you get to heaven, and you're gonna have to take these lumps because these are appropriate. But you have to fucking, at least think on your own whether or not what I said is true, whether or not you have to choose, what's more important to you, Ken or fucking SC Steve. Speaking of SC Steve, a little birdie, a sparrow, actually, remember. These are beautiful creatures. Seems to be telling me that AJ Adams, not AJ Adams. AJ Adams, oh, there we go. Yeah, AJ Adams is trying to donate. I did not know that. I should have been paying attention. This is what I wanted to mention. This is hold on. Does Wire know that SC Steve was doing the trolling and real life interfering when he said he wasn't? That Ken spoke of the other day with you. That proved he was a real scumbag. That Ken did talk about that the other day, is that SC Steve did try to interfere in real life with the guy.
With Ken?
Yeah, SC Steve tried to interfere with Ken.
I never heard.
And Ken commented
I haven't heard that one.
On one of his shows. Dude, the guy is fucking.
Well, listen, I don't want to work with anyone if they do. Come on, They do that shit.
Okay, well, here's the thing, though. I don't think that we're going to get
it.
anywhere here because I've already made my point multiple times. But you're going to have to fucking think about this long and hard. It's hilarious that it's so difficult for you because 1 + 1 is 2. It's not maybe later. And, well, I mean, it's clear as day, especially for everyone here in the chat. So you're gonna have to think long and hard. And I'm just surprised that it's so difficult for you. But I mean, come on, Ken on one side, who's willing
does
to go
Ken
up against
would Ken like to
me,
be one of my
Nikki,
co-hosts?
and Mars
Or-
to defend you. Meanwhile, you fucking are willing to support SC Steve, who will sell you out at the fucking drop of a hat. The
Well,
guy
I
is
expect Ken to
scum.
be my co-host from now on. Ken, okay? Please.
No,
I need
you
you.
got to stop that bullshit of, wow, I'm going to do this from now on. No. You got to fucking just decide. Again, why do you need a co-host when you're fishing? You don't. You can let people enjoy that. You can say a few things here and there, and it's good. People are going to tune in. People are going to watch you. But if you have SE Steve there fucking talking in the background, people are going to cut that off. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
But don't people still, like, aren't people always gonna just, like, am I always gonna be a scumbag though? Like, I'm always gonna be a scumbag.
You might
right?
eventually be
Even
able
if
to
I'm not
rectify
trying
your
to be
name.
one.
But
You know
that's the
what I'm
thing,
saying?
though. You
I
keep
get what
going
you're
back to trash. You were doing so well in the past. Then what do you do when you get pissed off from Ken? You go right to fucking having SU Steve on your show, and you bring Scott in your chat. Okay? So you keep doing that shit, and no, you're never gonna rectify your fucking record. But if you actually start to fucking stand up and do what's necessary, you're actually going to be able to, make people like you again. And again, I love your fucking fishing stuff. I always said so. I thought that was a good, productive way to focus your energy. And I thought that, here's the thing, I love learning. You know more about fishing than I do. That's a fucking hands down fact. And I would love the opportunity to get your take on that matter. But if
Well,
SC
we can do a
Steve is
fishing
there,
show together then.
fuck that
Right?
mestizo
Me and you.
bitch. Now, let's welcome the king of New York, the one, the only, Foulmouth Ken.
Dave, there's no denying that SC Steve there's part of him that's a complete total piece of shit.
Malicious.
And there's another part that is he has fun with it, and he also does take it back.
So did
when
Jeffrey
people-
Dahmer. So did Jeffrey Dahmer have fun with it.
Well, I mean, all right, let me finish. But with that said, listen, I don't give a fuck what YR does. I'm not saying I don't want him to be friends with these people. Go and be friends with them. I don't give a shit. I don't have nothing to do with it. I am doing what I do with the people that I'm friends with, and that's it. I'm not fucking I'm not calling on to fucking his show anymore. I'm not fucking.
That's
doing
the caveat.
thing.
That's the caveat, Ken, is that if he chooses to associate, you're not telling him shit. Nobody has. But if he chooses to associate with that, you're out. You're not going to associate with him. He wants your love. You ain't going to get it.
For that one show, or just
Even-
like the rest of the year type thing.
But dude, even if he doesn't interact with SC Steve, I wish him luck, and I'm moving on. So either way, man, like, I don't give a fuck what you do. And I mean, Dave obviously feels very strong about it. He doesn't like, and I don't like SC Steve either.
It's
I don't
because
want
the
nothing to do
drama
with him.
wars haven't ended. He will pay the price.
I don't want nothing to do with him. So
That's fine.
But and I get it. But what I'm saying is, I don't care what decision you make. So I just want you to know that, because I mean, Dave feels a certain way about it. That's his feelings on it.
Yeah, but
And
answer me this, Ken, and
No, but
to
it's-
why? Hold on, answer me this, Ken, and to YR as well. Is if maybe he didn't associate with SC Illegal, you might be a little more inclined to work with him, considering what that piece of shit said about you.
No, no.
No?
It
done?
was no bearing on it at all. I'm
Okay.
done.
That's
I'm not
a
going to
very-
deal with bullshit like that. I deal with. I'm friends with the people I'm cool with, and the people I work with now. I'm comfortable. I have a good time with it. I don't want to add anything on it. I don't want to fucking have to. I don't want to get into the whole rigmarole of the last 4 months of calling into a spot and hating on somebody just because and it was easy. It was convenient. And, I overused it and started feeling, I started saying things every single day that I normally kept in and kept to myself or just discussed with close friends. And you know what? I want to keep it that way. So irregardless, if he's friends with him, he's not, I'm not calling in the shows to fucking, if I need to complain about something, I'll do it where I need to do it. You know what I mean? So I wish him luck. I have no hate towards him, but I'm done. I'm not, there's like, I'm not saying, oh, there's chances. I'm not giving you a chance anymore because it's fuck chances, fuck friendship, fuck all that shit. It's just, it is what it is. We have feelings. Once in a while we become friends, and then all of a sudden the thing is done that people get pissed at, and it's like, what's the sense to keep going down that road? You know what I mean? And it's like fucking madness after a while. So regardless if you're working with the guy or not, I don't give a fuck either way. I wish you luck, and that's it. Plain and simple.
Alrighty.
So I just wanted you to know that, because I understand what you're saying. You're sitting there going, oh, but I got no one to do live streams with, and these are the people that I work with. I'm not telling you that. Dave might be saying, hey, get rid of this guy so you could be open up.
I'm not saying that. Not saying that.
Well, I mean, you just said.
No, I was saying that. No, Ken. What I was saying is that if he chooses to associate with people, don't be surprised if somebody like Ken, Dave Rose, Nikki wants nothing to do with YR.
Oh yeah, I get that. But he, like, regardless, I'm just saying, like, it's. I understand what he's saying, because he's like, I have no one to fucking do live streams with, and I get that. But it's like, you got to make choices in life, and it is what it is, man.
Let's cut the shit. Let's cut the shit. I'm gonna own up to it. You're like, what I did with this last time really fucked.
No, it's not. It's not.
It fucked things up. You know what I'm saying?
It's not you did this last time. It's just every time. It's just every single time. And I'm not saying it's all your fault. It's not. But obviously, the powwowing with you, I can't do no more, and I won't do no more, because it just leads to trouble. It just leads to bullshit. I understand some people like hearing it. I understand people are into it, hearing the whole hobnobbing going on and everything. I get it. But you know what? It just leads to fucking trouble, man. I'm on here to do a show, do a couple of shows a week with the people I like, and that's it, man. I'm not going to make it any more complicated than that, So.
Understood.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you went over to you were the one person that I said was the least person that I could say anything about going over to Sean's view, because you have every right to go over there and hang out. Like, so I don't understand what you're so upset about, man. Go and have fun, bro. Nobody's telling you can't go nowhere or do nothing. So, like, that's what this is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be overthought or planned out, or, it's not supposed to have mandates and, like, I think we got that enough in regular life, that we got, mandating people on.
No, but here's the thing also, Ken, is the fact is, if he's going to associate with SC Steve, I want nothing to do with YR, okay? SC Steve is fucking vile and evil. Want nothing to do with him. Would love to see a fucking, result like Scunty on him.
What about what I brought up the other day that I was told, and I don't want to say names, but I said, yo, the whole time we tried to tell Steve not to do stupid shit like that to people behind the scenes that he would threaten and he would talk about. And I was told that he did do that he most certainly did it, and that he knows who did it. Like, it was already found out that it was through him who did this, because it was the same exact thing that he was threatening to do. So either somebody did the same exact thing that he was threatening to do, or he did it. And honestly, that's some vile fucking nasty shit, bro. You don't like something doesn't mean you have to destroy it, okay? You're not Scott, all right? You know what I mean? Like, to tell somebody, hey, hit the 3 buttons on the left-hand side and report the shit out of this guy, he's racist, doesn't mean you got to destroy it because you hate it, or it's not getting along with you at the time, all right? Because I've never struck anybody's fucking channel, and I never tried to take anybody down in this community, not once.
Nope.
That shit's bullshit. So that type of shit, I'm not going to be affiliated or hanging out with or fucking friends with or anything like that. And with that said, I don't hate on you. Have fun. Have a good life. Do what you got to do. You know what I mean? So that's it. I didn't want to talk long. You guys are doing your thing. I just wanted to say that, all right?
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Dave.
Well, thank you, Ken, for giving us your input. He is much more forgiving than I am. He obviously wants nothing to do with you, but the drama wars aren't over yet. SC Steve has to account for his actions. You've gotten out of my way. That's fine. There's still 2 more people that need to be addressed. Bullfrog and SC Steve.
Bullfrog and you have a Bullfrog and SCB in the court proceedings?
I'm not too sure. You'd have to ask Nikki about that. Nothing's been instructed to me so far. But again, the drama wars have been reduced to essentially 2 individuals. Well, three, really, to be honest. SE, Steve, Bullfrog, and Tony. Tony still hasn't fucking gotten the message. So it looks like a few things are going to need to be relayed to him and just remind him of my full spectrum dominance. Bullfrog still thinks he's a star, and no, that will not fly with the Emperor. And lastly, SE Steve is a greasy piece of shit, and he's going to get his. Now, the sooner that he can leave this community, the sooner the wars will end. But YR, if you associate with him, you're going to be included in this.
Now I see you. Now, okay.
Because that's the thing, though. He's associating with you. He's being malicious, and you're endorsing it. You're giving him the opportunity to promote it. So you're going to have to decide what's important.
Yeah, fuck that. I want to, that's the farthest. I want to be very, very far away from.
And I'm not telling you that you can't stream with him, but it's just like, look, you keep streaming with him, fine. I keep doing my fucking Emperor stuff, and I'll be reviewing, SE Steve and his illegal ways. And you're going to be there on that fucking call, too. So you're going to be reviewed, too. So it's not me telling you don't do this. It's not me threatening you about anything. It's just trying to put things into perspective. It's like, look, my problem, I've moved on from you, okay? I've moved on. My problem is still with fucking SE Steve. The guy's vile and evil, and I will see him burn. Just like Scott. These people agreed with you when you declare the drama war. They still haven't repented for these actions, and as such have to be held accountable. So, since we've moved on from you, I'm moving on to these individuals. If you wish to continue to try to support SE Steve, you're going to be included in this. You have to decide what it is that you want. And what blows my mind, dude, is that you still can't fucking understand how evil this fucking piece of shit is. Just because he gives you attention. Like, dude, you hire a whore, of course she's going to give you fucking attention. But as soon as that fucking clock runs out, she's gone. So, dude, you really gotta fucking decide for yourself. And I'm not going to force you to decide that right now, but you got to decide for yourself, what is it that you want? Who do you want to be associated with? And, what do you hope your end result will be? So that's something that you're going to have to decide. I'm not going to fucking force you to make that decision now. But know one thing, is that SE Steve is in my crosshair. Please continue.
I am not I am not built for war, okay? It's not a thing I want to be involved in. So yeah, I will. It's not a thing. I mean, I'll tell you now that no more SC guys. All right, no more SC. And you're right. I'm the only one, like a Tony or Scott at times, that does provide the platform. Okay, now. Obviously, that's the main thing that I can control and control. And without having people on that platform or associating with them, you know what I mean? There's
Dude,
no...
Yeah, I showed you videos of those guys fishing and stuff that I'm subscribed to.
Yeah.
They don't have to talk much while they're fucking fishing. People will tune in and want to fucking watch. You know about angling. You know about fishing. Why wouldn't people fucking want to tune in? You got to have more confidence in your skills and abilities.
And I just want to shout out to Jake Bars. He worked with me and recently. He's always...
He admitted it the other day. He's always been your number one. He's always supported you and tried to be your smaller big brother. So,
I wonder if
shout out to Jake Bars.
Because I don't think he's an SC fan. I mean, even the people that I think he was mildly tolerable with Tony, but everyone I work with I mean, even Keith towards the end here, he didn't want nothing to do with SC.
Well, I think that maybe they have a point then. That's the thing. If everyone's saying the same thing, you got to at one point just say, these people are right. Okay, despite the fact that this guy, because again, this guy's giving you chocolates and flowers, trying to make you feel all special. All that all he's trying to do is get that roofie into your drink, dude. Look, again, this is the guy that fucking came to me, somehow under the assumption that I had Gina J's nudes, and pestered me for over a month for me to
Saying
send him.
SE?
SE Steve pestered me for
What?
over 1 month to give him Gina J's nudes. And for the first few weeks, I just ignored him. And the second couple of weeks, I was like, I don't have those. I'd never take them. How dare you even want to ask for that? And you're a vile individual for continually harassing me for the last month about this shit. The guy is vile. You didn't know that? I told this story multiple times.
No, I thought that was only like with Scott and Pro V or whatever.
No. What happened was, I mentioned the thing that Pro V got the nudes and all this, and so did Scott and stuff. So then he started harassing me. Can I get Gina J's nudes? Can you send me her nudes? I'd love to see Gina J's nudes. This is again while supposedly he has a girlfriend that he's known since high school. And apparently now she's pregnant, although I don't know why he hasn't married her yet. But he did exactly that, YR. He's a vile, disgusting individual.
And he's gonna look. If she's pregnant, I think he'll be. More into being a father maybe than coming on YouTube. Hopefully. Because that does change lives, having a child, I would think so, right? That it kind of is a big thing, but
no, because that's the thing. I don't even believe it's real.
Well, I mean,
he's a liar through and through. He's been proven. So you're really gonna believe that he has a girlfriend and he's just so thirsty for nudes?
I've seen her.
No.
I've seen her though. I've seen her. And
okay, well then what does that say about an individual who has his, he has a cow at home, so why is he going out for burgers? Like what is it that he needs from fucking, dude, you can go onto Google and just type in boobs and you can get all the shit you fucking want. Why does he want her nudes specifically? This is what I am saying, YR. This is a vile, evil individual. If you really just need to beat off, just go on to fucking Google, Pornhub, whatever. Just get it done. But to harass somebody for over a month for somebody's nudes, again, somebody in the community, it goes to show that they're a fucking scumbag piece of shit and probably a liar. Because I honestly don't believe for a fucking second that he has a fiance, that she's pregnant, and that he's known her since high school and stuff. Because nobody this thirsty would fucking display this attitude.
It is gross.
He's fucking vile, dude. Vile.
Well, obviously there can be no. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Well, you're gonna have to take some time and think about this. I don't, again, I'm not forcing you to think about anything, but I've presented the information like a proper lawyer, and now you're gonna have to digest it and determine what actions you want to take, because you already know what you have in front of you in regards to evidence, and you're gonna have to decide what's the greater good. So that's going to be in, your court. You're going to have to decide. But it's not something that I'm demanding right now.
We will be into those files soon. You know what I'm saying? We will be, that's the next on the list. The only thing on the list.
Well,
speak right now, so.
On that note, I'll let you go so you can think about your sins and determine which direction you want to go in. So thank you. What?
Can I make a closing statement?
Okay.
Okay. Tonight is the Jake Paul fight, and if anyone besides SC wants to interact with me, I may. You want to watch it with me? Anyone? I'll probably get that up.
So. Are you gonna stream that?
Possibly. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? But
so
it might be late, right?
What you're saying is for people to call into your Skype so that you guys can watch it privately on the call.
Yeah, either a private party or a streaming party where we can react to it. But I haven't decided yet.
And where are they going to find this?
I really have on the Wire program. You know what I'm saying? There's some golf videos I posted up there, so
I thought you
All
deleted
good.
that
Zero.
channel.
Well, I thought I deleted. I must have deleted like the subs and the content. Well, I signed back in. I signed back into it and it created it again. So I think it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Because it says sign in to create channel, and so I did this last night.
All right, so the YR
But zero
program is
subs.
where you
Zero
can find it.
subs. Thank you, brother.
All right, there goes the great YR. Quite the challenging conversation. Still perplexing me as to how it's so difficult to not understand that greasy illegal is fucking trash. But he's going to have to pray to Jesus, and he's going to have some time to self-reflect on what was announced today on the show. And I was going to review some more stuff, but we've been going for 3 hours. I think that's quite sufficient. A very good job, if I say so. Yes, if you have any other suggestions, I will be going back through the chat to look at suggestions for either nominees or categories for the 2021 Drama Awards. Hopefully we'll have some more news in the future about that, but we're going to do it right. And when I have more news, I will announce it appropriately. But looks like we're probably going to be back at the diner real soon. Not tonight. It's too hot. But who knows? Maybe tomorrow. Regardless, there's still so much to review that I was going to review today, but we're going to have to wait till next time. On that note, I am Devious Dave Rose. You have been here at the Drama Diner.